Be nice.
I mean, that'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. That people are here.
Desktop audio.
It's
Desktop
I've
audio.
done it.
You told me to remind you.
I did. I've done it.
Are we live already?
Sound. Bob George
Yeah.
says sound. Does that mean the sound is wrong? The sound is bad, or are you just sand?
Sound.
Or
Sand.
there is sound.
There is sound or there is not sound.
Woo.
Sound.
To sound or not to sound?
That is
He's just saying sound. He keeps just saying sound. What do you mean by sound?
Sund.
Sound.
Sound.
Sand.
Sand.
It's descended into chaos already.
Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons on a Saturday night because we don't have a name.
Is there
You've
sound?
got a name? It's that myth thing.
Yeah, but that's just the name of the one shot, I suppose. But then I've turned it into like a world, so. But yeah, this one shot is welcome to Myth Ath Losi. I am joined by my wonderful wife Annie.
Hello.
My wonderful cousin, the AmyChatters.
Hello.
The wonderful JanDonCom.
Hello.
The VoodooBeard, my cousin-in-law.
That's me.
And Murasaki.
Hello.
Yeah, this is a first time thing for me. I'm so nervous, it's unbelievable. These guys seem to think it's going to go well, but like they clearly don't watch any of my other streams. But yeah, so hello chat. Thank you for stopping by. Let's get straight into it, shall we? So, welcome to the world of Somber, everybody.
Ooh.
Legend says that Somber used to be one huge continent, and races of all types lived together, peace and harmony. Somber ranged from large mountain ranges to golden sandy beaches to, you know, lush green plains and thick forests to the orange and red sanded deserts. Everything thrived in Somber. Until one day, the Queen of the
Fire
Depths...
Nation attacked.
The Fire Nation. One day, the Queen of the Depths, the bitch queen herself, Umbraa, she decided that she was sick of the land having all of the fun and decided she wanted some of that for herself. So, she took it upon herself to try and sink Somber into the ocean and claim it for her own. Can I get a boo in chat?
Boo, boo.
Boo for the bitch queen, boo.
Boo hiss.
Boo
Is that
hiss
her
indeed.
official title? Is that
the-
how we're referring to her?
The Queen of the
In
Depths,
world.
the bitch queen, she's known by all of these horrible names because she's terrible.
Okay.
So she came from the west. She grabbed on and she started pulling the west coast into the depths. The people of the land fled and they begged and pleaded with the gods to stop the destruction. Tempest, the god of war, and Talos, the god of storms, they came to the nation's aid. And with a mighty swing of Tempest's flaming blade, he cut Umbraa and cut her grasp from the land. But it wasn't enough. The land was still sinking. So in a last-ditch attempt, him and Talos took a mighty, mighty attack and cleaved the world of Somber in two. The west still sank, but the rest of it managed to balance itself out. Ooh. Ooh. As the two gods departed and peace once again filled the land, temples were built for, obviously, the two legendary gods, Tempest and Talos. And they also built 3 bridges to unite the north and south regions of Somba. And, of course, it was now known as North Somba and South Somba. These monumental bridges brought people together once more. The trade thrived, and peace once again filled the land. Yay! Many centuries passed from this time, and people had almost forgot the battle of the gods that took place, and their stories fell back into legend. Until one day, the ocean to the west started to steam and boil, and creatures of the deep stormed the coastline. They were monstrosities of all shapes, sizes, and calibers. There were sea elves, there were sea goblins, there was half men, half shark monstrosities, and they battered the coastline. The creatures were absolutely brutal, and there was no chance of negotiating with them. And not long, war broke out. The land fought the sea for 8 years. The channel that went between North and South Somba became a kill zone. They stormed the beaches, they stormed the land. It was utter bloodshed. Until one day, after 8 years, the sea fell calm once again. Somba had won. Many people thought the war was Umbraa once again coming to claim the land. Others say it was just a coincidence. But now, after 500 years, we join Somba for another adventure. Now, Julyan,
Yes, you.
that's you.
Yes.
You have ventured far, and you are heading towards Myth Ath Losi. You are going there because, for some reason, the food that comes from Myth Ath Losi hasn't been getting to your town. And there's, I'm not going to go into the details of your backstory. It's your backstory, but you're going to investigate what's going on.
Okay.
So, would you like to describe to the chat your character, what you look like?
Okay, so Julyan is a Lightfoot halfling rogue. Think Arya Stark, but with slightly longer, messier hair, and pointy ears. And she's kind of dressed in, her outfit isn't coordinated at all. She's very clearly just, these trousers were available, this shirt was available, her boots don't match. Her left boot has come from one set, her right boot has come from another set. She's very much just what she can pull together. And yeah, her armor rating is 15, so she is small and made of squish. But she makes up for it with being pretty nifty with daggers. So
Awesome.
yeah. And that is Julyan.
So, as you trudge through the snow, absolutely freezing, it's almost blizzard-like conditions. You walk along and you start seeing shapes in the distance, and you start seeing like the mountains come into view, and there's a couple of like completely snow-covered sort of pine trees, and you're walking to the bottom of what looks like a mountain path, and you can see a sign that says Myth Ath Losi this way, and the traditional arrow. And stood just ahead of you is this massive shape of metal. And VoodooBeard, if you would like to describe your character, please.
It's me. I am a Sentinel, who is a warforged artificer, and I am just a giant metal man. Well, like 6'6" maybe. Green sort of plates over metal and wood skeleton, and there's a little sort of spider, sort of this sort of sized, football-sized spider drone mech sat on his shoulder, and he's just got like a tattered cloak around him and a side bag, and that is me. Is me.
So, VoodooBeard, you sort of take a look behind you and you see this little halfling sort of trudging in the snow. The snow is like pretty much up
Tatty clothes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mismatched shoes.
The snow is pretty much up to her chest. It's super, super deep, and she's really having trouble, like just trudging through.
Like some kind of reject from Annie.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, there's not a great deal I can do about snow.
There's not. No, you're right. There isn't a good thing you can do about snow, but
Have our characters met before?
your characters have never met before.
Oh, does it look like we go in the same way?
Yes, you are travelling in the same direction. Your paths have sort of converged, and I'd say you were a little bit ahead of Julyan. So, but
Do I know where I am going, or am I just walking in a direction?
you know where you're going. Yes, you are
Okay.
heading to the same place.
Well, I don't know where she's going.
So,
So I'll look across and say, are you also heading to the city?
Yeah. Myth Ath I can English. Myth Ath Losi? Yeah.
That's the
Why?
one.
Why?
I am also travelling that direction. It's always safer in a troop. If you would like to travel together.
What are you after?
Companionship. I walk a long road, and it is boring alone.
What's that's name?
That's Rico.
Okay. She shrugs, climbs up, and sits on the other shoulder, so opposite Rico.
I am not that strong, and I am not that big.
All right. Oh, she does not do that. Okay. Climbs on the back.
I mean, you can if you want, but that's gonna
Piggyback.
seriously slow us down. My strength is 0 modifier. I'm not a strong machine.
Okay.
You have
misunderstand.
average strengths.
so
Yeah.
I was
as
imagining you like the Smith in the last game. Sorry.
As-
No. He
no.
was significantly stronger.
Significantly bigger.
as
Yeah.
as Julyan tries to clamber up the Sentinel,
And I'll just do this.
yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Mura, you also trudge up said path, and you see this little halfling woman climbing all over,
Attacking the
Yeah.
poor defenseless warforged.
yeah, what looks like attacking the poor Warforged gentleman.
Out of curiosity, have they heard where? Do they know about the warforged?
Yeah, everybody knows
As
about the Warforged.
characters,
It's
okay.
it's not like a oh god, Robot Man. So
Yeah, I must admit. So he's approaching probably with a thaumaturgy flame in his hand to light the way, and he'll see what appears to be someone accosting someone else. So he'll sort of rush over, drawing dagger, and just say like, Is everything all right? What's going on?"
My young new friend seems to be tired of walking in the snow.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not exactly walking in the snow, mate. I'm swimming in it.
Ah, fair
That is
point.
that is a fair point.
So, yeah, so he'll sensing that things are peaceful. Sheath sword, back on the cloak, carry on, and sort of say,
What?
"You guys fancy company?"
All the merrier for me.
Mura, could you
What?
just give us a brief description of what redemption looks like?
Yeah, so the person approaching you is humanoid shape, mostly covered up by a green sort of traveling cloak with, you see some leather armor maybe showing underneath. And the one thing you'll probably notice is underneath the hood is you just see these orange irises sort of looking at you as if they're almost on fire. And he seems peaceful. There's no sinisterness to the appearance, but you just can't help but notice these glowing eyes underneath this dark cloak.
Excellent.
And you might possibly they probably would see. You might see the edges of sort of what look like obsidian horns just sort of peeking out from under the top of the hood.
Sweet.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Cool.
So, the three of you start walking up.
What I'll
and-
do,
Okay.
sorry, I'll get
No, don't be sorry.
Rico to walk in front of us and just try and like sweep away a bit of the snow as we walk.
Okay, so
And sort of try and dig his way through a little bit,
the little droid hops off and
so it's not quite as bad.
its arms start and it's trying to burrow a path for Julyan to get through. And
So I'll hop off because I was sort of like trying to cling to his back like Dora the Explorer's backpack. So if I sort of jump down now and follow Rico where the snow is a bit lighter.
Terashiva,
And he
thank you
can
for that follow.
he can sort of fly along and just sort of like wave his legs to the sides.
So
Yeah.
so the mechanical snowplow now starts boring a path for you, and you start trudging up to the mountain. And as you get close to where the sort of there's a big archway that goes up to the path that's lined with trees, and you can see the big sort of like white marble twisted columns with Myth Ath Losi written in sort of gilded lettering. And AmyChatters, you are sat currently perched in one of these pine trees.
Mm-hmm.
You have seen these people approaching. You have seen a little halfling try to climb this poor warforged man. Then this, what we believe to be a tiefling, run up with a dagger out. But then everything's all sort of calm and collected, and the weapon goes away, and they start heading towards your general direction. What would you like to do?
How long have I been up the tree?
You've been up the tree probably
4 days.
Well, we'll say this is early morning, so we'll say that you camped in a tree to get up off the ground, and you've just been getting yourself ready, preparing yourself for the day,
Okay.
and as you're preparing yourself, and you see these guys walking up.
Okay. So I'll put my hammock back into my pack,
Mhm.
and I will kind of deftly, using my claws, kind of shift round the tree and do like a backflip and land in front of them.
Okay. Would you
So
please?
you're not stuck up the tree then.
No, she's not. She's not stuck up the tree. Would you please roll just for giggles, an acrobatics check, please?
The first roll, how exciting! It is. Let's see. That's a 12 plus 6, an 18.
You guys see in front of you this shape just gracefully flip and swan dive and do a traditional Iron Man superhero landing in front of you. The snow almost going like around her, creating a bit of a shimmery, glistening sort of effect around him.
So majestic.
And in front of you stands AmyChatters, if you would like to introduce yourself.
You see in front of you a about 5'11" male tabaxi with white fur and black stripes, so think like white tiger. And he's wearing kind of turquoise clothing with red accents, kind of burgundy red accents. His t-shirt is short sleeved and comes to a V in front, so you can see very defined abs, very defined muscles, and he's holding a long quarterstaff. He also is not wearing any shoes. You can see his feet quite clearly, again, same white fur. And you may just be able to see, sort of on his neck here, there's a patch of fur that doesn't look the same as the rest, and you can see like faint bits of red underneath it that look kind of like a pattern. And that's Umbraa.
Is a long quarterstaff a half staff?
No, it's a 3/4 staff. This one. There's a bit extra on the end.
Extra on the
I was
end.
going to ask. So, are we able to see the white tabaxi against the white background?
You can just see the shirt.
Yeah,
Running around.
Floating shirt.
it's just a floating shirt.
Yeah, I stand back and just go, a ghost shirt.
I think Demp will draw his short sword out of his. Not in a trying not to be threatening about it, but just drawing it in a ready
Defensive.
position. Yeah.
Please do not be alarmed. I did not mean to startle you. I am Umbraa. Are you travelling this way? May I join you?
I look over to Sentinel and sort of do a sort of spin flurry with the short sword, sheath it again.
Nice.
You're gonna just go. Join us, more the merrier.
Are there any
Who else?
sticks? Oh. Are
You
there
say
any
you are.
Are there any sticks under the tree?
Roll an investigation check, please.
Right, so that is a D20. Ooh. Which rolled a 10. And then what do I do? Investigation plus 5, so 15.
Yeah, you sort of walk under where the tree is. You sort of kick a bit of snow away, and you pick up quite a size. Well, there's an array of sticks. There's ones that are quite sizable for your halfling form. There are some smaller that will look like a sword in your hand. But yeah, there's a couple of sticks there.
I'm going to pick up one of the smaller ones. I'm going to look at Rico, and I'm going to go, fetch!
He doesn't do anything.
Julyan shrugs, picks up another stick.
It'll turn around to me, and then just and I'll just do this.
Oh,
Julyan sort of shrugs, picks up one of the bigger sticks, and starts using it as a walking stick in the snow.
Very good, very good, very good.
She's bitterly disappointed.
I only just met you.
I just met you, and this is crazy. That's my android. Don't play with him, baby. So the snow it's sort of starting to. It's more sleet now than anything. The snow's not so intense. But as you start making your way up the path, the sleet sort of disappears, and again, it's not a blizzard, but it's like a constant dusting of snow. You make your way up to the winding path, and as you get to the top, you see what looks like built into a 30-foot stone wall, just these massive wooden gates. The gates are all inlaid with silver, sort of, like those old sort of fleur-de-lis patterns and stuff like that they had on the, like a nice regal gate. And in the centre of both, because it's cut in half, in the centre of both halves, there are two huge silver knockers. Knockers.
Wah, wah.
Are you proud of that one?
Let me just write that down.
Silver knockers. And stood outside the gate, you see two figures, both with spears, clad in very fine silver armour, which you all know is the Silver Guard, which is the general law masters of Sombra. And they turn to see you guys straight away, and just casually, one sort of hangs back and the other one takes a couple of steps forward and goes, "Welcome, travellers. State your business, please."
Do I recognise their rank?
Roll an investigation check. No, actually, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, you take you can tell by this guy's armor, his sort of shoulder pauldrons are a little bit more fancy than the other ones. This guy is definitely a sergeant, and the guy behind him is just sort of like a privateer.
Okay. I will step forward, sort of move my cloak back a little bit to show my rank insignia on my shoulder. And I'll just say, I've forgotten why I'm coming here. I don't say that out loud. I'm trying to remember.
I've got one here. See you later.
I don't know why I'm here.
And I say, I've been asked to investigate the whereabouts of a delivery.
He sort of looks at you and looks at your rank and goes, military man. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. These friends of yours?
They are currently my companions, yes.
He sort of looks Julyan over, looking a bit tatty, looks over at Demp, bit intimidating, looks over at the White Tiger, whoa. And he sort of looks and goes, we don't get many of you guys from around here.
I get that a lot.
I mean, excuse me, but like you're from the desert. Like you must be bloody freezing.
The cold never bothered me anyway.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's gonna be.
You set that up, Talbs. That was all you. That was on you.
It was no. I'm rocking it. Don't worry about it. And you all are you with our Warforged brethren here?
I just ran across them. I will happen to meet up with them along on the road here. I think we all have to go the same way. I've actually sounds like I'm here for not dissimilar reasons. I heard from a tavern in the town back, which I assume was Timberbrook. Heard back in Timberbrook that they've been having trouble with getting their supplies from this area, so they asked me to come and investigate.
Yeah, as soon as you start mentioning about the supplies going missing, you see the sort of guard go, we don't know what's happening to this place. It was the finest exporter of beef, dairy, grain. But for some reason, it's just, well, to put it bluntly, it's all gone to shit. Private, open the gates. Let our friends through. And the private, and you see him bang twice on the door handles. I won't call them knockers again.
We all know. We all know, Talbs.
You hear
set that up.
you hear the clanging resonate.
Private fondles the knockers.
The private does fondle the knockers, and you hear the banging resonate in the mountains. And again, the sergeant says to you, if you can find what's wrong with our once prosperous town, a lot of people will be very, very grateful. Peace be with you. And he sort of steps aside and lets you guys through. And as you walk in to Myth Ath Losi, you see it's a huge expanse that's been formed at the bottom of the mountain. So the mountain literally encases the whole sort of town. And you can imagine that it was once all mountainous areas, but it's been the walls that the gates are on have been carved in to create that sort of natural border. It almost looks like a natural fortress. It's absolutely beautiful. Like Julyan, to you, like from where you're from, like where it's quite industrial and stuff like that. See this sort of natural beauty is just like mind blown.
Is it a bit like Oh, the one in Skyrim,
Marcus.
Marketh, where it's carved into the mountain.
Imagine that, but yeah, but more sort of inside. It's more rural, so you can see like from off the path, because you're on the path at the minute. But off the path, you can see grass and soil. So like there's more. It looks like there should be more life here, but you actually, Julyan, roll a perception check for me, please.
Sorry, perception.
Perception, yes, please.
Yep.
Rolled him death.
16 and 17.
Yeah, you sort of look over, and as you're walking up the path, like to your right, you see like there's sort of like a market area and stuff like that. And right in front of you, you can see the front of just like a massive church. And to your left, you can see what looks like should be farmland. But it's withered. Like there's plants that have grown, but the plants are withered and they're dying. There is cattle pens that they're huge. They should fit like hundreds of animals in, but there's 20, and none of them look particularly sort of healthy. You can see sort of a guy working not too far away. He's just digging around in the soil, and he's picking it up and putting it into little tubes and looking at it and then putting it in a bag, and you imagine he's trying to like test the soil quality and stuff like that. And yeah, it looks like this town has seen rough times. There's kids playing around and stuff like that, running around like they've not got a care in the world. They're throwing snowballs at each other and stuff like that. And the market, again, there's pegs for loads of stalls, but only a couple of them are actually selling. So as you walk in, you've got sort of markety area to your right. You have farmland to your left. There's a massive church in front of you, and there's just next to the market. There's a couple of like buildings in what looks like a cul-de-sac, one of which looks quite regal. So, where would you like to go? Welcome to Myth Ath Losi, everybody.
We made it.
We survived.
We're inside. Woo!
Right.
You are inside, indeed.
Do you want us to stick together, or is it okay to explore a bit?
It's your game, guys.
Because Julyan is heading straight for the kids playing snowball fights. And she's joining in.
Are there any rolls I could make to see if I can see any like indications of what's like any initial signs as to what might be causing the feeling of like ill in the soil and stuff? Does anything look out to me?
Roll a nature check, please.
Nature? On it. That would be a 14.
You sort of step off the path, and you sort of kick over a couple of stones, and you find a big stone, and you sort of look underneath it, expecting like bugs to scurry out and stuff like that. But there's like carapaces of like beetles and woodlice that should be there and alive and thriving, but they're not. And you start like digging around in the soil and like pulling up bits of grass, and you can see where the grass has like it's frostbitten for a start, which you'd expect anyway, but like it's all yellow. It's not lush and green like you'd expect. You don't know what it is, but like it's not producing life anymore. It's like something sucked the nutrients out of the soil. While you're sort of poking around and looking underneath, the guy that's sort of putting things into the test tubes looks over and goes, "Let me guess, everything under that rock dead?"
Looks like it.
Everything's dead. And he starts like walking towards you and goes, "You an expert on this stuff or what?"
I do investigations, but usually of slightly different nature. Have I, and I'll ask out of character, have I run into anything similar to this before?
You would not have seen anything like this before.
So I'll say to the guy, I do investigations, but I've seen nothing like this before. I usually do more sort of people-related work.
I mean, what's good in having a druid in the town if the druid doesn't even fix the nature things that she's supposed to?
Fair point.
I mean, he has a point.
Does this druid know what's going on?
Are you asking the guy this?
Yeah.
She comes out every day, she pokes around a little bit, and then she sort of sighs and goes back home. Then we don't see her for 2-3 days, and then she does the same again, and it's the same again, day after day. She knows nothing.
Or maybe she's just not telling you.
He sort of looks round at you and goes, "Why would she not tell me? This is my land. This is what I do."
Maybe she does not want to worry you.
I'm already worried. I can't get any worse.
Where is this druid?
And he sort of points over to where the market is and where the buildings sort of turn around. You see sort of like, it looks like I don't want to say like a mud hut, but like think clay brick building with clay with a very natural thatch roof and...
Like a DIY kind of jobby.
Not a DIY, just think if you were going to live in a town...
An Adobe abode.
Yeah, yeah. An Adobe abode. Just sort of like imagine Hagrid's hut. Sort of like small, quaint, a little bit rustic. Yeah, and you can see there's a chimney on the side, there's smoke coming in the chimney. So you imagine the druid lady is home.
Okay. I am going to use prestidigitation to dry my fur. And then I am going to... It's not floofy.
It looks like you've just tumble dried yourself.
Now.
It looks like you've just tumble dried yourself.
Then you smooth yourself down.
Yeah,
Like the beast after his bath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of make myself look presentable, and I'll turn to the Sentinel and say, "Are you coming?"
Sure. Lead the way.
What about you, friend? And I'll look at Mura's the tiefling.
Demp.
Demp. I will look at Demp.
I don't think any of us have told each other our names
I mean, that's on you.
at this point.
You
Just gonna
unsociable
throw that
lot.
out there for later.
Oh yeah, no, Amy did. Amy did.
I said my name.
That might be something for the pub later, but
Right.
So
Demp will sort of give a sort of a happy shrug, a sort of shrug of I'll tag along.
Right. So I noticed the group running on. How many kids am I playing snowball fights with?
there's probably about 4 or 5.
4 or 5. So if we go with 5, and I'll just say, all right, kids, and I'm going to throw a gold coin at each, and I'm going to say, find me in the tavern. You got any info? And I'm gonna
They sort of pick up the gold and they go, "Thank you." And then as you turn around, the one kid just tinks you on the back of the head with a snowball. And then like you turn around and he's just like,
I've got some info for you right here.
"Oh dear."
And then I follow the group. I have no idea where the group's going, but I'll follow the group.
Okie dokie.
So as we're walking along, Demp will indeed look at Umbraa and go, "Just realised I never did return your kindness. Redemption, you can call me Demp."
Nice to meet you, Demp. What about you, tall robot man?
Slightly racist.
Yeah, I mean, you know my race, but okay. Okay, small kitty cat man. No, I don't say that. I say, you may call me Sen. It's easier.
Demp, Sen. What about you, tiny one.
So Jan, she brushes all the snow off her
I'll
hair
point
after the
down to
kids.
Rico and say, "This is Rico."
Excellent. And you?
I'm
And I'll look at Jan.
and she's sort of still getting snow out of her hair. Julyan.
As you finish wiping the snow out of your hair, another snowball hits you square in the face. These kids love you.
Crack shot.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick up a snowball and throw it back.
Can you roll an attack, please, for me?
Okay.
Just
So,
smack it in the face.
so that is
Roll a d20
yeah.
and add your
Ooh,
as if you were attacking with a dagger, but it's a snowball.
nat 20.
A natural 20. Right.
You're
Now
going to kill this
I
child.
would like you to roll a d4 plus sneak attack damage, please.
Oh my god.
Did she
Right.
have
She wasn't
advantage?
trying to hurt.
No. So
Alright.
please roll a d4 and then however many d6 it is sneak attack.
Right, that's a 3, and then the sneak attack is 3d6.
Yep.
And this child's probably got like 3 hit points.
I rolled a 1. Right, I rolled a 1, a 6, and a 2 on the sneak attack. I rolled a 3 on the attack damage and a 20 on the
So
D20.
that's a 9 total, doubled because of the crit. So that's 18 points of damage. As Julyan, like an absolute ninja, scoops up the
Traitor
snowball.
murders a child.
Right. She launches this snowball at like a velocity that it's literally like seeing a bullet leave a gun. Like bazookas travel at a slower rate. And it nails this kid in the chest. And this kid like shoots back, like literally arms and legs out from underneath him like this. Right? And like this kid flies like 5 foot back into his friend. And the snow just around him. And like as the snow settles, everybody's looking at Julyan with her arm out after she's thrown the snowball. As the kid sort of picks himself up, coughing and spluttering, and just goes... and then immediately starts running back to wherever it is he came from, with all of his friends going, no, it's fine.
That's amazing.
Well,
Julyan sort of just stood there, and she just sort of slowly lowers her arm, backs away.
If there was a rock inside that snowball, I'd have said you'd have outright killed the kid. But because it was just a snowball, the kid lives to fight another day.
Umbraa looks down at Julyan and goes, "That was a good shot."
it was an impressive throw.
Thank you.
And now you're all just, yes, well done for beating that child with the snowball.
She's kind
I
of
told you that it was an impressive throw. Maybe a little bit much for a child.
Oh
But-
dear.
No, children need to learn. The world is harsh.
The world is
and
hard.
cruel.
Then Paul just shrug and go, they started it.
Oh dear. Brilliant.
True word.
I mean, luckily you give him a gold piece, so hopefully, like, that'll soften the
Smoothed
blow.
over the whole transition.
So,
You didn't give it him afterward, so it wasn't a bribe.
no, yeah, it wasn't a bro. Like, shh, don't tell your parents. No.
Shh, no, don't have this fiver. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Don't tell your mum. Don't tell your mum.
This is just our secret.
Oh,
comes out.
oh, Bob's just put, that's worse. You paid him to beat him up. Wow.
I mean, but anyway,
Right.
It's amazing.
So, Julyan, you sort of middle your way into the middle of your travelling compatriots. now.
hide in the group.
Yeah.
I'm actually. Can I use my? Can I actually hide? Can I use my?
You're going to try and stealth.
Roll for stealth, please.
Can you imagine if she rolls so well? We're like, where did she go?
So that's a D20 again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
Is it a 1? Yep.
try as you might to hide, you end up making more of a racket. And like everybody knows where you are. So you after the calamity of Jan murdering a child with a snowball, you continue moving forward, and you eventually get to the entrance of this little shack. What would you like to do?
Hello?
Hello there.
You hear shuffling around, and the door opens ever so slightly. And Annie, would you like to introduce yourself to the rest of the team?
Yep, so through the crack in the doorway, you see what appears to be a very tall, pallid elf. She's got greyish, purplish skin, almost translucent. She's very pointy, so she's got pointy nose, pointy chin, pointy ears, obviously, long pointy fingers, long limbs. She's got purple and blue sort of scale markings across her eyes. Not scales, but they are like sort of that sort of shape across her eyes. And then she's got sort of ice white eyes. And she says hello, sort of quite curiously, not expecting visitors. And I'm not going to attempt a voice because I have got quite a deep voice, but she's got sort of an icy, tinkly, melodic voice.
Ooh, I love it.
So it sounds sort of like glass chimed sort of type voice.
Sweet.
And that is
Right.
that is her.
We are sorry to disturb you. We heard you were the person to talk to about the situation in town.
Oh. She looks quite sad. What is going on is beyond me. Beyond my powers. I've tried. There's nothing I can do. I don't know how to fix it.
What exactly is happening?
DM, what is exactly happening?
So,
DM? Hello?
Cheers.
so
God.
you would know that over the past few months, the crops have stopped coming in as much as they normally do. The cattle have been dying. There hasn't been enough crop to feed the cattle. There haven't been enough crop to export. The cattle aren't producing milk. They're not producing offspring. The meat that's coming off the cattle is tough, chewy, and it's all just a great big mess. And you've tried all your druidy stuff. You've
Technical term.
yeah, druidy stuff. But you have no idea what's going on.
We got cow trubs.
We've
I
got
tried
cow
all my
trubs.
druid.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it's in a real bad way. And obviously being a person of nature, like it's really you're losing sleep over this. So
And I assume you just relay that.
yeah.
Yeah. In my icy melodic voice.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
imagining it like, like how like Welsh is a bit sing-song, the way that it sort of flows. I'm imagining it a bit like that, but more tinkly.
Yeah.
That's just my head.
I don't know what's going on with the cows, man. Bloody dying, ain't they?
That was Welsh, Geordie, and a little bit like Somerset.
Yeah,
so
that was all over the place.
That was
multiple
crops.
Okay.
Why I man them crops like?
I can do like four accents, and I've already tried 4. So this
Yeah, but
is
you just
setting
them
the
all at
standard.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Umbraa is fine, but deeper.
Oh dear.
That does sound very troubling.
So, are you here to help?
They are here to investigate. I'm just kind of point at the people next to me.
Yeah,
I'll do this.
I don't think you're gonna be able to help. I think there's dark forces at play here. There's nothing we can do. I've been trying for months, and I don't know.
What
Do you know
kind of-
where? Yeah, sorry.
What kind of dark force? Sorry about that, Voodoo. What kind of dark forces do you think? Any particular come to mind?
I don't know. I've investigated as much as I can. I've travelled the area. I can't find any answers.
Ali, would you roll a Arcana?
I don't think your microphone was on then, Tobes.
Annie, would you roll an Arcana check for me?
Professional DM.
You muted yourself to talk, which was amazing.
I literally went to sign that then.
I'm muted now. Hang on. So an Arcana check would be a 4.
You have no idea.
So am I
What's
getting
wrong?
sort of am I getting generally magical vibes?
Would you like to roll an? I tell you what, roll an investigation check, and roll me an Arcana check, please.
Ooh, okay.
We'll do a double doozy.
Double doozy.
Well, those are
The
poor.
pinnacle of D&D.
So investigation was 16,
Mm-hmm.
and then my Arcana I rolled a 1, which makes it a 5.
You know things are bad.
So I have a good look around, and
Just
the
some
feel a
bad
bit,
juju.
Yeah.
feel
You know,
a bit bad.
you know things are. You know things are bad. You don't know why.
Yeah, I have a look around and I go, it does feel bad.
From my, I know it's a long way away, but from my studies in my monastic order, do I recall anything that could have an effect like this?
Roll a history check for me, please.
Come on, history's my jam. Yeah, it is. I'm proficient. History's my jam.
History.
19.
19.
It's 16 plus 3.
It hasn't happened before. Sorry.
Right. In that case, Amy, I'm going to send you a direct message on Discord.
Prison D&D.
A whisper. How exciting.
Lockdown whispers.
I know
Will you
things.
stream chat?
I know stuff.
You
Ding.
don't get to know.
Everyone, you over too.
While you're sending this message, I will invite the group in and say, "Come in. I will make us tea."
Thank you.
Would be a pleasure. Thank you for your kindness. And as he's walking in, Demp will actually take off his hood, which he's had up the whole time. So you'll actually see him for the first time, which is, it's like he's a normal everyday human, except that his skin is crimson, his eyes are orange, and he has slate grey hair and 2 massive obsidian horns that are almost surrounding his head, almost like a crown. They sort of sweep back around them.
Nice.
Probably the first time you're ever seeing him.
So you are
Yeah.
invited into the warm abode of Noella. As you walk in, you can see all sorts of trinkets and knickknacks around the outside. There's herbs drying out on a rack. There is an open fireplace with a big pot on. Yeah. It's,
Can I roll investigation for paddywhacks? to go with these
You
knickknacks?
can roll an investigation for Paddy Wax.
Yeah, I won't. It's fine.
No,
Are
roll.
there any dogs
No,
with bones?
roll.
Okay, I'm looking specifically for paddy wax,
Okay,
bones, and potentially a dog.
okay.
That'll be a 19.
You see no Paddy Wax. You see a couple of bones that are dotted around. And in the distance you hear...
Seems like that dog needs a bone.
Do I notice him looking round my house?
Your passive perception, yes, you would.
What is it you're looking for?
I mean, out of game, paddywhacks. But he did say that I've never been in a home like this, so I'm just interested.
It's quaint, isn't it? I'd like to keep
It's
myself to
lovely.
myself apart from when I'm helping the town.
I understand.
Intelligence history check to know what on earth the paddywhacks is.
Yeah, go on, why not? Sure.
No one knows. Julyan sat by the fire, kind of trying to dry her hair.
Or if I see Julyan doing that, I'll use prestidigitation to dry her hair.
Yep, so, Julyan, as you're rubbing your hair, all of a sudden, bone dry.
And I kind of look at the fire, then look at my own hands.
You'd have seen me cast the spell. It's got like a semantic component. You'd have seen me,
okay.
like, waving
No,
my arms
hang on.
around.
Julyan, roll a perception check.
I wasn't trying to be sneaky.
No, roll a perception check.
Right, so that's 9, and then it's... Where's perception? Oh yeah, it's the one with perception written next to it. 10.
You rolled a 10. You rolled a 10.
No, I rolled a 9, and then I add 1.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the 10 total.
You've got no idea what's just happened. So, what? My hair's dry? What?
My hands, looking at the fire, looking at my hands.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
It's a magical place.
Look at the cute little halfling.
Don't look around the hut and then say to Noella, as he's looking around, I like it. Nice bit of hut quality.
Thank you. I'm Noella, by the way.
Oh yeah.
We've all forgot to introduce our characters.
GG us!
I'll say, yeah.
Hold out a friendly hand and go, redemption. Everyone calls me Damp.
I'll shake. It's nice to meet you.
I'll put my hand to my chest and sort of do a little bow and say, you may call me Sen.
Ah, I'm a military man, Sen. Nice to meet you.
I'm not sat on a chair. I'm just perched. Because
Perched on a chair.
honestly, I'm trying to think logistically where my tail would go.
Oh yeah, you don't want to sit on your tail.
They're
So I'm
just
sort of
tucked in.
perched.
Cats
So I'm
sit anywhere. They just tuck in, don't they?
That's true.
So I'm just kind of, crouched down in a, like, off to the side somewhere.
Okay, okay. So, as you sit down, Noella, you pour them all a warm drink, and you sit down, you pull up a chair, and what would you like to discuss? What would you like to do?
So the tea is like a mulled wine spice tea. It's not normal tea. It's to warm you up.
Nice.
So that will sort of start sipping it and then think, that doesn't taste like normal tea. And think, not poison. Tastes nice. Then carry on drinking it.
As you're all sort of having a warm by the fire, what's everybody's passive perceptions again?
17.
Mine.
15.
Where am I looking?
So, Noella's is 17, Umbraa,
15.
Sen,
15.
Julyan.
Oh, I found it. Is that passive INT invest? No,
That's it.
passive.
No,
Go on, put that.
passive wisdom perception.
All right, 11.
Demp.
16.
Demp and Noella, as you're sort of sipping over your tea, one of the small windows in the hut, you see a donkey sort of coming back from the church, with like a harness over it, as if it was like a working harness, but it's attached to just broken splinters and planks of wood. The donkey like plods in, plods in, and you just see it collapse onto the floor.
I know if this is something that happens quite regularly.
You have seen when they send carts up this road, they very rarely return as of late. But if they do return, it's normally in this sort of manner. Yes.
Another one. And I get up and I go out to the donkey.
Yeah, I'll put the tea carefully on the table and then follow Noella out.
Are you following Noella?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, I'm not sitting in this lady's house
and-
without the lady here.
No.
You're all so
I'll
polite.
just like down the drink and put it down when they come out.
I'm going to walk out holding my drink.
So you all walk to where this donkey collapsed, and there's a bit of a crowd that's gathered round it now, and
Is this
Noella,
a local entertainment?
it's sort of people
And
just all
And
"Ooh."
knackered donkeys come down.
Yeah,
Ooh,
knackered
another
donkey.
one.
Yeah.
Another
Noella,
broken ass.
you're a bit annoyed at this because obviously being nature and stuff, so you sort of push your way through to the donkey.
I'll crouch down next to it, stroke it, and sort of coo it. Do I know if it's dead or not?
Roll a medicine check for me, please.
$27.
Oh, man.
The donkey arises.
You sort of like feel around the
You
donkey.
know the health of everyone around.
Yeah.
It was a natural 20, and I've got a +7 to my medicine.
Nice.
So you sort of like, you stroke the donkey, you coo it, and you sort of feel around, and you can feel like it's not hurt, it's just exhausted, and it's probably lame from the uneven ground, the snow that it's had to walk through. Yeah, it's not dead, but it's not very well. And
Poor donkey.
the guy from before runs up and goes, "Ah man, not again. Noella, do you want me to take care of this?"
I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Roll for what it needs.
That's
D8, I think.
9 points of health.
The donkey, almost invigorated, whoa, back up on its, and it's sort of like skittish. and-
Fox!
Yeah,
Speaking donkey!
it's a speaking donkey. And it's bucking and rearing a little bit, and like oh, you know, you really get the idea that this donkey's freaked. But the guy goes, "Hey, well, calm down," and sort of like starts stroking it and stuff like that, and goes, "Thank you, Noella, thank you. I can't afford to lose any more."
May I do an investigation of the broken cart, please?
You can indeed. Would you roll a investigation check, please?
I will indeed.
Keep imagining that farmer person is trying also to sell hot dogs.
Hot dogs! Get your hot dogs here!
Oh, my amazing investigation character has rolled a 9.
A 9 total. You sort of look and you see the two pieces of wood that are attached to it were sort of like the arms that cinch the donkey into the cart, and it's like I say, it's just broken through. It's just completely broken through.
I'm going to do an investigation as well, if I may.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, roll a separate one.
All right, so 13 plus 5, so that's 18.
Yeah. So you take a look at the wood and stuff like that. You look, and you see sort of like scratches in bits of the wood. And you look into one of the scratch marks, and you pick off a tiny bit of what feels like flesh.
Lovely. So, claw marks.
Yeah, and the flesh is still attached to a bit of fingernail.
Can I tell what the flesh is?
I'm still holding it up to Noelle.
Just go, oh,
Ew, ew,
Flesh.
ew, ew.
Roll a medicine check, please.
15.
You're almost sure that it's human.
Hmm.
Do I know how where the human flesh would have come from where it's come from, where the donkeys come from?
Roll a.
Do I know of specific guards or people up there that are of human race?
Well,
Is it this guy's donkey that we're talking to?
yes.
So, where is this donkey been?
And he says,
And I'll point in sort of the direction that it sort of ambled from.
the Silver Guard come and take a card off me once a week, and they've been taking it to the keep where our Lord Mayor himself lives. But he's been getting greedy lately. He's been having more and more and more, and I keep saying I can't give him more because we got nothing to sell, but he wants more, and he wants more, and he wants more, and he keeps taking more.
And they always come back in this condition?
Yep.
If they come back at all.
I think maybe we go and see this mayor.
Have I tried to go and see the mayor before?
You would know the mayor, a gentleman by the name of Tyrius Bright. He's very pompous, but he's not an idiot. He also lives up there with just himself and a couple of his guards. Roll. What would this be? Roll just a general d20 for me, and add your intelligence modifier to it. It's gonna look 1,000,000.
That's a 19.
You know by the amount of stuff that they were sending up there, that's more than enough than one man and a couple of his guards need, and his servants.
So they're having like deliveries of like cartloads of stuff, and then tattered bits of cart and knackered donkeys come back.
Yes.
Yeah, so have I gone and tried to speak to him before as part of my solo investigations before?
No, you would have, because you're more sort of natural druid with the land, your main focus has been to fix the land, fix the natural stuff, fix the stuff that you're that you're proficient with. So you've just sort of concentrated on that more than anything.
Okay.
Umbraa will turn to the farmer and say, in this area, do you have any competitors?
I mean, each town sells things, but like, people know the beef and the meat and the dairy comes from Myth Ath Losi. It's what we're famed for. We breed the best cows. Roll a history check again for me, please, Umbraa.
That's a 5.
You've had meat from Myth Ath Losi before. It's delicious.
Okay.
So he's saying, we're everybody in North South Samba, they get their meat from us.
Have there been any confrontations prior to this happening?
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Everything was fine. And then one day, just poof. Cows are dropping dead. Nothing's growing. Ugh.
Do I get the sense that whether he knows more than he's letting on, whether he's actually telling the truth?
Roll an insight check.
So I get advantage on insight checks.
Just while that's happening, just a DM clarification.
Yes.
So the stuff in the fields is dying,
Yes.
or not going as well as as normal,
Yeah.
and then the tiny bit that they've got is being sent up the road.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
Um,
so it's bringing
twe-
double problems,
Mm-hmm.
double
24.
troubles.
24. He is as clear as day. He is panicking. He is stressing. He has no idea why this is going on. He's like genuinely seems like at his wit's end. He's so like you can see beads of sweat on him, and it's freezing temperatures. So like he's worried about what's going to be happening. Aha! Have a light.
Maybe we should go and see this mayor.
Sentinel, would you roll me a history check, please?
Okie dokie.
Go,
What are
Sen,
you?
go.
20.
Brilliant. So, Sentinel, you've been around a while.
Yes. Many times.
Many times. You've
All
been
the way
around.
around.
Yes. You know that Myth Ath Losi, the reason why it's renowned for its beef and its meat, is because the water that hydrates and sort of like filters into the land and into the ground and melts directly off a glacier, so it's pure as anything. Like you're basically watering your plants with Volvic. Do you know what I mean? The nutrients in the soil are brilliant, which then produce the best plants. The cattle drink it. The cattle eat the grass, eat the wheat, the hay, and stuff like that. Which then means the quality of the meat is much better. The quality of the milk is better. It's one of the reasons why it was set up as such a prominent sort of cattle town, because of this nutrient-rich glacier.
So having thought about where the water comes from, I'll say, I'll look towards, is it Noella? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And say, has anyone checked on the water, the springs?
Has anyone checked on the water and springs?
Roll history check.
Um, 16.
Actually, no. Sorry, roll an H check.
Or do I just keep that roll?
No, roll a new one.
Oh.
Oh, but it was
2.
I mean, that's better, so 21.
Nice.
You have been and checked the springs. The water's coming through fine. You've checked the quality of the water. The water quality is fine. It tastes fine. It looks fine. Like it's boggling your mind, like why this is happening, because everything is fine.
The only thing I haven't investigated is the mayor. I've checked all the nature sources. I've looked into all of that.
Umbraa,
like we
while
need to have a
this discussion's
statement,
going on, Umbraa, you can kind of see him kind of like tapping his chin and trying to think. And then you kind of see his eyes switch and look up, and he's like, I remember from my studies at the monastery, during the war, there was sabotage of the lands. They would corrupt the land and cut off the supply to try and weed out the towns. Something like this has happened before.
Do I know how they used to do that?
Roll a
By
history
what?
check,
By
please.
which measure? Which one? Sorry.
History check, please.
History.
History has its
15.
Thinking back, you remember stories of how lands became barren. From
Soldiers coming back to the barracks and telling stories.
Yeah. You know, we walk through the woods, but the trees are dying. It's mad. Like things, you know, at like point of contact, especially. So say like when you were patrolling your borders and stuff like that. If there was an insurgent that had encroached onto the land, the land around it would start to suffer.
That's concerning.
I mean, I've been too afraid to go and see the mayor, because if they lose me, then they lose the person that looks after their land. But if you guys are willing to come with me, then let's go.
Why do you think the mayor might harm you?
I don't know if it's the mayor, but there's definitely something wrong up there. I mean, look at the donkey, for example.
No,
That donkey did not look well.
no small keep would get through that much food and bring back the cart in that condition. Something's not right.
Shall we go?
Visit the mayor?
Sounds like a plan.
Right.
Link arms up the Yellow Brick Road.
Noella,
We're off to see the mayor.
you will know from experience that this is a hazardous journey. So,
This path has many risks. Are you all supplied for a treacherous journey?
I am mostly supplied. Mura has just realised that he didn't buy any spell components.
You'll have a spell pouch or something, probably.
So, but otherwise, I'm ready.
I'm all set.
Is like a quick look around. Does there even look like there's anything to buy in this like run down town?
Roll.
I mean, there wasn't even any paddy wax, and it's supposed to be it's supposed to be cows. That's where you get them from.
Roll an investigation check, please.
17.
Looking at the market stalls and stuff, it is literally just they're just trying to sell food. You can see a blacksmith's, and you can also see a sort of like a general store. But again, only small because it's not what the town was for.
I'll turn back to the group and say, do we know what kind of journey we're in for?
I think she's sending the
2 seconds, I'm just texting the DM.
DM questions.
sneaky
Did you
DM
take the
questions.
bins out?
Never takes the bins out.
Have you fed the dog?
Is the dog still having a poo in the kitchen?
No, the dog is currently. The dog gets separations anxiety when he's not around me constantly, so I can keep an eye on him. I've had to put him on his lead, but you clip him onto his lead, and it's like a comfort blanket for him. So he's now lying next to me, just looking up like, "I love you, Dad."
Oh, he's just so
Tell me a
sweet.
story too.
Yeah, you listen to the story.
I mean, I've texted the DM.
Oh, sorry.
Come on,
DM's
DM.
playing with
stop.
DM's playing with the dog.
DM, dun 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 dun.
DM.
Yes, you may.
Okay, so I'm going to tell them that it's going to be very cold and very snowy. But I have furs for you. I can give you some of my furs. Synthetic vegan furs, because I'm not killing animals. Back at my home, if you want furs to keep you warm, I mean, I look at the tabaxi and be like, I mean, if you need them.
I have my own.
This fur came from a tobacco.
Actually, skin grew. Oh no, but no, man.
I'll,
That's my cousin.
No, Trevor.
I mean, I'll take a fur to go underneath my cloak, just extra little bit.
So
No problem.
you go back to Noella's. She distributes all different types of pelt and hide sort of
And
warming
definitely not
clothes.
tabaxi.
Definitely.
not tabaxi coats.
There is one that looks a bit orange and with black stripes on it, but looks a bit. No, I'm just joking. But yeah,
Dave.
Dave.
Cousin Dave.
Stop murdering my friends.
Noella looks sus.
Oh dear. But yeah. Bob George has just put that reminds me new to my store, the Trevor coat.
Nice.
Exclusive.
But yeah, so you all meet up at Noella's again. You finish what's left of the warming drink. You adorn yourself in the warming clothes. Adventure.
I will put on my bone chest plate and white fur collar.
Umbraa
Oh,
eyes
white
you
then.
suspiciously.
Mm.
Just kidding.
Noticing it, I'm like, don't worry, it's my special, not recipe of synthetic furs.
Do we know the length of journey to this place?
Do I know the length of journey?
Roll.
You live here.
What would that be? Roll just a general D20.
And what?
Just
Nothing?
just D20.
14.
You know, after hearing off the guards and stuff like that, you have sort of been that way before. It sort of takes you, like, the best part of the day. You have to make camp and then finish the journey the next day. So it's sort of like a 2-day trek.
So I'll say, do you need to buy supplies for meals?
I have some.
I
rations
don't need them.
around here somewhere, so I can pack some rations.
Okay.
I don't need to eat, so I'll be fine.
I have a day's rations.
I have 10 days of rations, so I think we'll be
Or
fine.
do I have? Or is it 10 days?
You've got 10 days.
You should have 10 days.
rations.
10 days.
You should
It
all
just
have
says
10
one?
days. No, it's 10.
Oh no, quantity 10. Yeah, got it.
You should. I think.
I think it says rations 1 day,
Yeah.
and then it's
Then when you go into it, it says quantity 10.
Yeah.
I don't have any rations.
Seems like
all
everyone's
right,
got
Julyan.
Alright.
We'll share. It's fine.
Okay.
Right, so.
Anything anyone wants to look for at the general store? Make Talbs do another accent.
Well, I might
Do you want some more knives
no, I might pop in.
from the
and see-
blacksmith?
Julianne's like thinking she hasn't got any food, so she's gonna pop into the general store and quickly see if there's any food she can grab quickly.
Trial mix.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Trail mix.
you open the door and there's a ding, and this little white-haired lady sticks her head from under the counter and goes, "Yes." Oh, hello, my dear.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I see any food?
Roll an investigation check.
$13.
You're looking across the shelves. Where the food is, there's a couple of what would essentially be like the equivalent of tinned goods, but like sort of dried out, sort of like nuts and stuff.
Jerky.
A little bit of
Trail mix?
jerky. Yeah,
Trail-
trail mix. There's no sort of fresh produce there. It's all sort of very much the dregs, and the little old lady sees you look and goes, yeah, sorry if you've come for food, things aren't really coming in at the minute, so that's all we've got.
She nods, picks up one of the tins, and holds it up.
Give me 5 copper pieces.
Yes.
I don't have any copper pieces.
I mean, I'll take a silver and give you change.
Can
Julianne-
Julyan not do maths?
Well, no, I've only got I've only got gold coins.
I'll take a gold coin. I'll give you change.
Umbraa leans over and drops 5 copper pieces on the counter.
Oh, thank you. Quite handsome, you are.
You're welcome. Thank you.
She,
I know.
she like sort of packages up like the tins and stuff, and we'll say there's like 3 or 4 days worth of food if you sort of ration it out, portion it out a bit. You should be all right.
So,
You ration your rations.
DM
Do I-
question.
DM question, yes.
How does currency work? Because I thought, is it that I have 650 gold coins, or can I split it into?
So a gold
copper?
coin is 10 silver coins, and a silver coin is 10 copper coins.
Oh, okay, so I could have handed over.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, like in real life, where you can give someone a fiver and they don't just keep all the change. It works like that, Jan.
all I've got is I've got an inventory which tells me I have 650 gold.
See, this was I said this to VoodooBeard. I was like, I'm going to split some of this so I've got some like silver and copper. And he was like, you don't need to. They give change. I was like, yeah, but it's going to confuse me. I know it is. And this is why. This is why.
Maybe all right. So I could. So if I
Fine.
took. So I could take off 10 gold
And have 100 silver.
and have 100 silver.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So
Or
I'll take
1,000 copper if you wanted full pockets.
had 100
You'd-
silver.
I was gonna say you chink when you walk. Ching, ching, ching,
I'll
ching,
take
ching.
off another 10 gold. So 10 gold is 1,000 copper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
mean-
With that
Your
many
ability to
coins,
stealth
you will
now
have
is-
disadvantage on stealth. No, I'm joking.
Right, so Julyan, having located her copper coins, gives 5. It was 5 copper, wasn't it? Or was it 5 silver?
It was.
5
5
Yeah,
copper.
gives 5
I
copper.
could have got extra after then. Yes, it was silver.
Gives 5 copper.
Inflation.
Yeah, and says, "Thanks for that."
You're welcome.
Do I know the shopkeeper's name?
Yes, she's Marjorie.
Ah, Marjorie. Do you have any potions for our journey?
Noella. I've only got a little bit left, love. She sort of like, you can hear like bottles jingling and stuff like that, and she goes, "I got this," and she passes up a little red vial, which is just a standard healing potion.
Better
Perfect.
than none.
How much are you charging for that these days?
I mean, things are a bit tight at the minute, so 10 gold.
Pass a 15. Buy yourself something nice off the next shipment.
Oh,
Get there
sweetheart.
first.
Sweetheart, you are lovely. Thank you so much. And like as you pass her the gold, she sort of like clasps your hands and goes, "Thank you so much." Are you off adventuring?
We're gonna try and sort this land situation out. Let's get us some food.
And she sort of she sighs and, oh God, I hope you do. I hope you do. And like she looks tired. So, you have your potion, you have your rations. What would you like to do next, adventurers?
Is there possibly any shop in the town, perhaps called Shop for Derps, which may be a component pouch by chance?
As you're looking round this, the general store, you see up a dusty corner a pouch, and you have a look in it, and there's all sorts of knickknacks. There is some paddywhacks.
There we go. Hey, there should be. If they've got cows, there should be paddywhacks.
But yeah, you know this is a component pouch. And she goes, "Oh, that's been here for bloody ages. You want it?"
And yes, please, sir. I may have forgotten to purchase one because I'm an idiot.
Well, I mean, thankfully, by coincidence, there just so happens to be one in the corner of my shop.
Oh, how much?
For you, sir, 20 gold.
I shall give her 25 gold.
Oh my god. Noella, these friends you've got. And you can see like tears forming in her eyes. Thank you so much, you big handsome devil. Oh, I don't mean devil as in a bad thing. I just meant it's a turn of phrase.
Dan gives her a playful wink and then chuckles and
she
places a curse on her.
she sort of blushes a little bit and goes, "You can have whatever's in there for free. Just yeah."
Umbraa, not wanting to feel left out, puts 5 gold pieces on the counter, pushes it across, and just goes, "That's for you."
She looks at you like disgusted and goes, "Come here."
I will stand where I am, thank you.
I said, "Come here."
He'll move.
As you get a little bit closer, she starts scritching the top of your head, going, "Thank you ever so much, you're lovely, and you're so soft."
Look, Umbraa's like doing this, like, thank you. I think. Ow, ooh, ow.
And she sort of like
Yeah.
scrapes all the coins into her hand. She goes, "Oh, bless you all. Please hurry back, please.
More money.
More money."
Julyan waits until Margarita isn't looking, and then puts another 5 coins on the counter.
Roll for stealth.
Shut up and take my money.
Roll for stealth, please.
He doesn't want
Julyan.
head scratches.
Is that a 20?
Stealth.
I love this dice.
As
Mwah.
Marjorie bends down to put the coin pouch down, she looks up and goes, "Oh, I forgot them once," and just scrapes them in and puts them underneath. She doesn't notice you put them there at all. So, guys,
Shall we go?
Turn off.
Yep.
Is
Let's
there
go.
a children within eyesight as we're walking towards the exit?
what was that? Sorry.
Is there a tavern in the town as we're walking past on our way to the gate?
Yeah, literally just before you break out of the sort of row of shops that you're in, there's a little tavern on the corner.
Demp will sort of look over to it and just jokingly say as it to it, "Save one for me, I'll be back."
Nice.
You feel the pub wink at you on a spiritual level. So, adventurers, you walk past the church. Those of you with a passive perception higher than 10, which I believe is all of you,
Yes.
you
11.
you notice that the graves. There's a lot of fresh graves in there, which really sort of drives home how serious the problem is. Like, people are dying. Starvation is setting in. Julyan,
Mm-hmm.
as you sort of peer over and look, you see a man dressed in black, the priest, and him and another person are lowering what looks like a child-size box into a hole.
You did kill him with a snowball, you monk!
The mum and dad at the side of the grave going, "Why did she hit him with the snowball so hard?" No. But the parent,
The child that I
3 hit points.
the parents are sobbing uncontrollably, and it really sort of makes you realise that, you know what, you've got to get this sorted. So, adventurers, you start heading towards the trail. The snow, as you're walking, gets thicker, and it gets thicker, and it gets thicker. And as you you've been walking for a couple of hours now, and you break tree line, you can hear what sounds like running water. It's very fast running water. You push on another sort of 30 minutes. and you can hear the water water breaking on rock, and like you can hear this water rushing, and you come to.
Ooh. Ooh.
Let me just make sure.
Ooh.
Every 10 minutes while we're traveling, I will cast produce flame in my hand, just to
Ooh.
either to help us melt snow if there's a little bit in the way, or keep people warm.
So you come to this wooden rickety bridge. At the start of the bridge, you notice that there are, in fact, bits of broken, tattered, smashed cart just everywhere. If you guys would like to bring yourself out of the menu,
So are we here?
I cannot.
I will do yours, Noella.
Shall I be at the front if I'm sort of leading the way?
Are we this side?
Is the cart, does it look like it's been there for a long time, or could it be the cart that was attached to the donkey?
Roll an investigation check for me, please, Jonathan.
Two and plus 5.
Uh,
I have not noticed that the cart is there.
You have no idea. This is a messed up cart. So Noella, you start taking a couple of steps onto the bridge.
Can I, obviously because the bridge is quite broken up, can I stop the group and just have a look around to see if I can see any immediate danger, any movement, any shapes, shadows?
Roll.
Have I just gone deaf, or has the music stopped?
No.
It stopped dramatically.
It did.
Uh-oh.
There is no
Is
way.
there any baddies around?
There is no way to make it like sort of fade out. So dramatic
That
it
you know
is
of.
that I know of.
Dramatic it is.
The water is rushing
The
underneath,
goblins attack.
and the bridge is swinging from side to side. Bits of wood are falling off into the water and just being swept away.
2 questions then.
Okay.
One, do I know if it's going to be safe to cross? Do I think it's going to be safe to cross? And actually, I've got 3 questions. 2, do I know of another way round? And 3, has the bridge always been like this, other than the damaged carts?
Roll just a general intelligence check for me, please.
That is a 18.
You know, and you have known for a long time that this bridge is not fit for service. It is the
Why
only
would they
way
have
up.
brought this way?
It is the only way up. But again, the mayor is a tight-fisted so-and-so, and it's fine. It's not me that's going to fall off and die. That sort of attitude. You do know that it is safe to cross in parts, but the actual method you don't know. So what I'm going to ask you all to do
And
is,
donkeys and carts over here, so it should be all right.
please. Oh, actually, with that intelligence check, you would know that as long as you keep the weight distributed evenly, you should be okay. So,
Okay, so we're gonna have to cross this quite carefully. We need to balance the weight between us.
So if we all walk directly down the middle, it'll be fine. Because then all the weight is distributed to the centre. Or if we've got to distribute it.
I think we've got to distribute it across. I think if we all stand in the middle, it's gonna bow.
So, but across left and right.
Okay. So I'm guessing the Sentinel's going to be fairly heavy.
I am very heavy.
So
I am
if we have the
enormously heavy.
if we have the Sentinel, Julyan, and
I have a. I don't know if it's going to help, but I have a +7 to my survival. So would I be able to easily make us a track or know the track, or would that be more like a perception?
Roll a survival check.
16. So good job. I got that +7.
You've got an idea that if you sort of keep the Sentinel in the middle, and you sort of, Julyan and Demp at the front, and you and Umbraa at the back, the more light-footed, that would possibly be the best way forward.
There we go then, folks.
So, if you could possibly, actually, I'll rearrange you for now, because DM and I can.
Because
I do what I like.
DM rules, yo.
Right. So. Right, now.
I feel very tense about crossing this bridge.
As the wind picks up and the bridge starts to sway, you all step foot out onto the bridge. You hear the creaking of the planks. Some of them crack and snap. Debris falls from underneath them. I would like you to all roll a dexterity check for me, please.
Check or save.
Yeah, we'll say a save. Dexterity saving throws.
Thank you. That's better.
Just out of curiosity, do I see anything in the water?
what is
That's a
it?
20!
Roll an investigation check, please.
What's a saving throw? So,
They are just under the stats on the left.
22 investigation.
There should be a little box that says saving throw.
You
Oh,
look
yeah.
underneath and you see wood crates sort of scattered on the rock. There are bits of human bodies. You notice some of them wearing the Silver Guard sort of uniform.
But none of the kinds of things that I would have normally seen from a water incursion back in the day.
No.
Right. And then a dexterity save.
Yes, please.
Row.
Right, okay, so dexterity check, Julyan.
so I rolled a d20 and got a 12, and then in the saving throws box it says Dex +6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So that is 18.
Yep. Demp.
22.
Nice.
Sentinel.
Well, I was taking more time looking down at the water than I was looking at my feet, and I have a 4.
Noella.
Dexterity is not my jam.
Noella, what was yours?
17.
And Umbraa.
26.
Nice.
So, as
If you could all catch me, that would be lovely.
as you make your way into the middle of the bridge, as you sort of cross the first part, you all go across fine, except for the Sentinel. He's sort of looking over the edge and looking down. You hear a crack, and the Sentinel's foot goes through, and he starts losing balance, and another crack, and his other foot goes through. Sentinel, could you make a strength saving throw for me, please?
This is also not my jam.
Come
6.
on.
6. You go to grab the planks, but you're sliding back. The wood's wet from the snow.
grab him.
Make a right. Okay, Mura and Amy, please both roll strength checks, please, for me.
Don't screw me.
What's gonna be hilarious is if this fails, because I've got an idea.
That's a 12.
A 14.
You both grab hold of his arms, and you hold him there. He's not slipping down anymore, but you can't pull him up.
Help! Anyone else?
I'm gonna grab. I'm not sure what Julyan can add, but she's gonna grab him as well.
Right, okay, Julyan, strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
Just a strength check, sorry, strength check.
All right, so that is the boxes along the top.
Yep.
Yep. I'll get there. 2.
You grab him, but again, you can't quite lift him up.
Okay. Before this gets significantly worse,
There is a timer.
yeah, I am going to cast Enlarge Reduce on myself. And reduce my size by a half in all directions.
Brilliant.
And my weight is reduced by 1/8. And I go down a size category, so now I am small.
Amy, Mura, and Jan, would you all roll another strength check for me with advantage this time, please?
Ooh. I can do that.
So I've cast a 2nd level spell.
I rolled both exactly the same, 2 19s.
Oh yeah, so advantage means I roll 2 d20s
Yes.
and pick that
The
I want.
highest.
And the higher, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
right.
an 18.
13. We'll go with that one, and then -1, so 12.
Mura?
First was 10, second was the natural 20.
Brilliant.
Nice.
So, Umbraa and Demp, noticing the sudden featherness to the Sentinel, and as you watch him shrink, you sort of look at each other and nod, and you heave, and you pull him out of the hole and back onto the bridge platform. Would you all please roll dexterity saving throws for me?
Me as well?
Yep.
Oh man. Do I get advantage now I'm tiny?
Nope.
Damn it.
Right, what was the saving throw? Dexterity.
Yes, please.
Oh man.
8.
Would be a natural 1.
14.
Nice gods, why?
14.
That's right.
7 for me.
15.
15.
What did I say? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Noella?
18.
As you pull the Sentinel up, Demp, you lose your footing and you trip. And you start falling backwards off the bridge.
Be murdered by this bridge.
I'm going to try and grab him.
Roll a dexterity check and a strength saving throw for me, please.
Dexterity, okay. Dexterity check is just adding straight dex.
Yeah.
That is a 14.
So you manage to just get to him.
And then strength saving throw.
Yes, please.
I'm 173 pounds. Record?
What was it? Was it a 1?
I think
a 1,
Amy's
wasn't it?
thing is your computer frozen?
It was
Oh,
a
there we go.
3.
Caught up.
You
I rolled a 4 minus 1 for a total of 3.
you grab him and you think, I've got
We're
him,
a low strength group.
but you start falling towards him too.
Help! Help! I try and wrap my tail around one of the solid boards.
Man, I should have just jumped down into the water. I don't need to breathe. I could have just walked across.
Help! I wedge my quarterstaff into the thing.
You wedge your quarter. Oh,
Can I cast guidance on more than one person at a time?
no, just the one.
I'm gonna try and attempt to wedge my quarterstaff into a gap that I think will maybe hold me.
Okay, so again.
I am not very strong, but I'm going to guide myself and I'm going to try and grab them and pull them up myself.
Right, okay, so you roll a strength check, please, for me, Noella, and Amy, roll a strength saving throw again with advantage.
Thank goodness for the advantage, because one of them was a natural 1.
Mine is 14.
Right, okay.
And then saving throw.
Yes.
16.
Demp, as you fall backwards, you completely feel your feet leave the bridge.
Uh-oh.
Then there's a tabaxi paw on your chest. But then the tabaxi's coming over with you. Last minute, Umbraa, you base your quarterstaff in the thing, and you're hanging on just long enough for Noella to grab your arm. And you heave and pull. And Umbraa, you are back on safe of the bridge. But Demp, you are still hanging off the end. Please, would you make a strength saving throw for me?
Do good.
That is a 20.
Woo!
Nice.
As you sort of fall forward, you grab on, dig your nails into the wood, you hold yourself there, and with all your strength, you push yourself up, and your back is on the bridge. You are panting heavily. You have just had the scare of your life, but you are not dead. You are not in the water.
Drop
Now.
a d20 on the floor.
The bridge is shaking quite rapidly because of all this commotion. Bits are falling off. Could you all please roll dexterity saving throws again for me?
He's
Have we
murder bridge.
moved at all? Natural 20?
Well, I'm gonna say out loud to everyone, this is a terrible bridge.
I agree.
What are we
26.
rolling?
15.
Dexterity saving throws, please.
That's two
15.
two dex saving throws that have rolled a natural 20.
Is it still within a minute of pulling them up and casting guidance?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to do it every time because it gets
Oh.
spent.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
once
just,
you use it,
I'll just say you cast guidance.
I'll do it again then, it's fine. 17.
Mura, Voodoo?
That'd be another 1, DM.
Oh my god.
15 for me this time.
Collectively, you pass the check. Umbraa, you see Demp about to go again, but thankfully you put your quarterstaff out and Demp grabs hold of it and goes, "Whoo, thank you."
Should we all be tied together?
Please be careful. You are not very good on this bridge.
I reiterate, this is a terrible bridge. No wonder the donkey was in tatters when it got back.
And
Got PTSD from the bridge.
Yeah.
for one last time, you're really at the edge now. Please, would you all make one more dexterity saving throw for me?
Man,
I'm casting guidance again.
That's more like it.
23.
13.
14.
10.
22.
For once, Demp has had enough, and you see him go, "No, no, not again, not again, not again." And you all,
Beautiful.
thankfully, swiftly get across. Oh, I found the fade out button. Make it across. Make it
It's
across
almost like Annie was right.
the rest of the bridge. I said fade out. It's not fading out. Fade out faster.
It's a very slow fade out.
Never mind. It's off.
Some Jurassic pause.
Yeah. Stop being a butt. Right. You have made it across the bridge.
Flipping heck.
You are all
No, I need the toilet. That was too much stress.
terrified.
My spell will have worn off by now, and I'm back to normal size.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, Deb was going to chuckle to Sentinel. Neat trick.
Mm-hmm.
Has this not updated on Roll20 whatsoever?
It has on mine, but it doesn't appear to have on the stream.
Strange.
What's this?
Very strange. gonna try and find this D20.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why that's working now.
Be right back.
That's strange. Doesn't seem to be
Shall we do a quick?
Yeah, we'll do a quick be right back while I find out why this is not working.
It looks like it's not refreshing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We'll find out why this is happening, and then we will all be right back.
Right, I'm gonna go. Yep.
We are back, everybody. You rejoin us. Toilets have been visited, drinks have been made, and
Toilets have been made.
Toilets have been made.
Drinks have been visited.
VoodooBeard's now backwards. Changing it up.
Why do you keep flipping us?
I'm not flipping it. It's VoodooBeard doing it himself because he's a child.
No, I'm the wrong way round.
I don't know. Maybe it's
I think they're
Discord.
all flipped.
Are they all mirrored?
Yeah.
Right, adventurers. So, you
Checking.
thankfully, you have managed to get across the bridge. Eventually,
On fire.
that cowboys have clearly built.
Cows.
Cowboys. You are very grateful to never have to go across this bridge. Well, again, not for a while anyway.
We've got to go back across this thing.
Nah, I'm pole vaulting over with my quarterstaff.
Might be a valid option.
Seriously though, I've got carpenter's tools. I'm proficient in so much stuff. I'm gonna go inch by inch and repair this bridge on the way back.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, so
Tear down the bridge and build a boat out of it.
Yeah, build a better,
Build a
more
ferry.
substantial bridge.
so
Yes.
you guys,
Slane.
you start plodding on through the snow again. It's cold. It's really, really cold. You are very grateful for the extra bit of fur that Noella gave you all. Apart from you, Mr. Warforged man, you're quite okay anyway because
I had a fur as well.
you did, but yours is more for aesthetics than.
I think I can feel cold, but I'll take it. It's up to you.
You notice it starts getting quite dark, and you start thinking it's probably going to be a good idea to find somewhere to sleep for the night. So who would like to roll a survival check for me to find a nice place to set up camp? Noella?
I think +7 here.
That was 19.
Plus.
19.
Oh, okay. I didn't know-
19 total.
I thought you'd rolled a 19.
No.
6.
You sort of look ahead and you sort of listen to the wind and you go forward and you find a sort of a cove like cut into the rock. There's a couple of trees that are there. It provides quite ample shelter. You think if this is going to be where you want to set up a camp, this is where it's going to probably be.
I will lead the group over there if they are willing.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I will follow.
So you sort of make your way through a bit of the trees, and again, yeah, it backs onto a steeper bit of the mountain. So you've got sort of a wall behind you. The trees are, you know, covering you nicely. Yeah, you're plenty warm enough. You're not sort of too worried about getting the wind chill here.
Can I sort of like scavenge round and collect the bits and pieces that we need to make a campfire?
I'll help as well.
One of you roll a survival check then. Do you want to both roll, or do one of you want to roll with advantage?
I'll help.
Okay, so roll with advantage, please, Nyla.
Get some stuff. Fire good.
Fire 1.
So that would be a 16.
Yep. Between the two of you, you pick up sort of a couple of smaller twigs, a couple of bigger logs and stuff to sort of base it out, some stones, sort of edge it out, and you get quite a substantial sort of pit away, and Rico sort of like hops off your shoulder, Sen, and sort of and like clears out a fresh patch of ground where there's no snow on it for you to sort of build your fire. And
Are there any sticks near me?
roll survival check.
18.
You find a plethora of sticks.
22.
Yep, loads of sticks. Big ones, small ones, thick ones, thin ones.
Storm as big as your head.
I'm going to pick one up, I'm going to look at Rico, and I'm going to go, fetch!
Voodoo?
Does Rico go after the stick?
I mean, I'll look down at him and sort of just go. I think she would like to play with you. Off you go. And he'll just go like scuttle off and get thee, and then he sort of like his legs sort of go around the stick like this, and then the shell of his back opens up and little wings come out, and he sort of like dragonfly wings, and he just flies it back to you, and just like waits for you to take it,
and then stick at your feet.
Julyan is like a kid in a candy store. So I'm gonna throw the stick again.
Should we assume that this goes on for a while?
Yes.
Rico will just keep
please make that
bringing it back as much as you throw it away.
Brilliant. So, the fire has been made. You all sort of sit around and cook some of your rations up and heat them up.
Before people get out their rations,
Okay.
Demp will say, if you want, I can save us on the rations. I need to get a sprig of mistletoe out of my component pouch, which I was very kindly could find in the shop, and I'm going to cast a first level spell to cast Goodberry.
Good berries.
So 10 berries
Thank you,
appear in my hand and are infused with magic for the duration. A creature can use this action to eat one berry. Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Fantabidozy, so the berries are handed out. Surprisingly filling. The fire is warm. Is there anything
How many
that you'd
berries
like-
is there?
10.
10.
10. Nice.
The
How
fire
long
is
is it the last 8 hours or something?
Lose their potency if they will consume in 24 hours.
That's
So
24 hours.
could have them for
Take on
long.
for a while. Then.
Nice. So, is there anything else you'd like to do before you bed in for the night?
Do you want to sort out watches?
I'll take watch.
I can take a watch. I only need to meditate for 4 hours, so I can do the majority of the watching.
I'll take one if there's anything else you want to do.
Okay. So, you all sort of bed down. The Sentinel upright. Would you make a investigation check, please?
Investigation.
Perception, sorry.
I'll have got my. At some point after it got dark, you'll have seen him get a like a pendant out of a little pouch. It's a stone that's just on fire, and he puts it on because he hasn't got night vision, and that's how he sees at night. So, perception.
Yes,
I
please.
don't have night vision, so I can only see
With-
as far as the fire.
With disadvantage, then, please.
Ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah.
That's not a good
9.
noise.
9.
That's a bad noise.
You
9.
you-
But that's into the darkness is 9.
You're sort of sitting there, looking round. The wind round the trees. Occasionally a bird, but apart from that, nothing untoward. And
But
you
I've got
feel a tap on your shoulder, and Umbraa has woke up, and it's his turn to take the watch. So Umbraa,
Perception?
yes, please.
I have dark vision. Do
Just
I
a straight roll,
just
then,
not
please.
straight
Yeah, just a
perception?
straight roll.
Natural 20.
Fantastic.
Oh, I remember what I normally do now.
So that gives me a perception check of 25.
Brilliant. What
So
would you
nothing.
normally do, Sentinel?
You would normally ask
know.
Rico to do it because he's got night vision.
Oh, right, okay.
He can see his house from here.
Umbraa, you sort of sit there cross legs, almost meditating. And you hear a couple of branches snap. What sounds like footfall. But it's not coming towards you, it's sort of parallel to the tree line, sort of walking away.
Can I see what it is?
You sort of get down low and look. And this big white shape, humanoid but very large, covered in white fur. Boof. 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 Just walking round. Handful of what looks like stones, logs. Boof. And another one beside it. With what looks like a dead deer just draped over its shoulder. You see him walk into the tree line opposite you. And at the back of the tree line, there's a little cave. And they head into the cave. You don't hear anything else after that.
Okay.
Then Noella pops out of her trance.
How do you do long rest on D&D Beyond?
If you look, there's like a campfire.
I don't know. I'll find it later.
Okay. You haven't really used your spells or anything, have you?
When Noella comes to take over the watch, Umbraa will say, there are Yeti in the cave over there. Just keep an eye.
Will do.
So, Noella, would you please roll a perception check for me, please?
Oh, is that one that I get advantage on? Hang on.
This is my new favourite dice. That's three natural
It's a
20s.
nice dice.
Yeah, keep it on.
Perception, yeah.
Yes, please.
Keep it in a box on a silk pillow.
Yep. Up in the
Twin.
highest point of the house.
20. Yep. You
Above
sit
all
there,
other dice.
the wind's blowing. You start hearing the morning birds start singing. Sun starts rising. You can hear, as it's warming up, the bits of ice and snow behind you start dripping, melting away. And a beautiful morning, clear, comes to you all. You are well rested and still rather full off that delicious berry from dinner.
Just so we know how many we got left, I didn't have one because I don't need to eat.
Okay.
So you've got that many berries left for when people need hit points because they do it.
6, yeah.
Smashing.
Do halflings have hobbit appetites?
Yeah. But what about second berries? No, Julyan is quite used to living a feast or famine lifestyle.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Cool.
adapted.
So as the morning comes, you
Onwards.
pat out the fire, and cover everything over, making sure there's no loose embers because Smokey the Bear says only you can prevent forest fires. And could someone roll a survival check, please?
Should I go again?
Druid.
Yes, please.
The druid.
Cough, Noella, cough.
I will guide myself as well.
Of course.
26.
With almost no problem whatsoever, you put yourself on the track that you need to be on, and you start heading up the mountain, and you come across a staircase.
A staircase.
Noella, Umbraa. To be fair, I think everybody but Jan would notice.
Wow.
Oh,
There are shards of metal in the ground, in the snow. Bright, shining metal. Catches your eye.
I'll pick up a piece. Do I recognise what kind of metal or what it might have come from?
As you go to pick up the metal, you pull, and it's stuck deep. So you give it a good pull, and what comes out is an arm
Oh,
wearing the chain and silver shoulder pauldron, similar to that of the silver guards that you saw at the entrance to town.
But it's a fleshy arm.
It's a fleshy arm,
can
a
I?
very frozen arm.
Can I? Even though it's frozen, can I tell how long it's been severed?
Roll a medicine check, please.
There you
Medicine.
go.
Yes, please.
I will guide myself again.
I'd be annoyed if you didn't.
Need a hand.
Get out.
30. No. 30.
Jesus.
Jeez.
I rolled a
90.
19, 4, and I've got a +7.
The arm
This-
comes alive and waves.
The CSI theme tune starts playing. As Noella,
Enhance.
as,
Enhance.
as,
You know that meme where all the like mathematical symbols are in front of his face?
as you look at it, this has been frozen for a couple of months. You all start rooting round, and Julyan, you pick up a bit of metal that you see sticking out. It's a long sword, still with a hand attached to the hilt. You start taking the snow away, and you just see 3 bodies
Just in tatters.
in like limbs severed, bits missing, just in general disrepair, shall we say?
Am I able to tell with my amazing anatomy skills? Has the hand been torn off or has it been cut off? How clean is the?
Roll a medicine check.
Oh, what? Sorry,
A medicine check.
medicine check. 16.
It's the flesh is rough at the end, so you imagine it's been ripped and pulled off rather than a
Like-
clean cut.
As if by a Wookiee or Yeti.
So it's someone that played chess with a Wookiee and didn't let the Wookiee win.
Oh, actually, Noella,
Hello.
you would have also noticed in some of the flesh bite marks. Human bite
Wookiee
marks.
Human bite marks.
Human bite marks.
Ugh. Cannibals.
So, I told you there was dark forces at play.
That does not seem normal.
As if they're not getting enough food.
I think they're called ghasts or ghouls. Sorry, would ghouls be known in the brain name world? Sombath? Sombath, sorry.
Yeah, ghouls would be a thing.
Do you think my character would know what a ghoul is?
Roll a history check.
History.
Yeah.
That'd be a natural 20.
You would definitely know what ghouls are.
I have seen them before.
You have seen them before, yes. We'll say you've encountered them before. You know them well. It's an idea that's in the back of your head.
Yeah. Have you, Noella, have they ever had any ghoul issues in this area?
Have we ever had any ghoulish problems in this area?
Absolutely not.
It's not something that comes up this far.
You are very good at warding off evilly things like that with your jutsus.
Ninja. Druid.
So may not be, or is likely not.
I'm gonna send Rico up. He's gonna fly up in the air and just have a quick look around, and for him to gesture to me when he comes back, to gesture to me if he can see anything and which direction it's in.
Okay.
Because it can't talk. It understands a language, but it can't talk. So
Roll
it's
a-
just sort of like,
Roll. Is he perceiving this or is he? No, yeah, it'd be perception, wouldn't it?
he would be perceiving.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Does he have his own character sheet or does he use your stats?
He's got his own little block. He's
Ah.
plus 4 to perception.
His own little block.
10. Not the best.
Baby's
Um,
first D&D sheet.
You hear the wings, zzz, and he sort of takes off like a Harrier jet. Gets sort of 50 feet up. See him rotate a little bit. Come back down. And he, in his sort of way, in his chirps, he sort of points up in the upwards directions of the staircase in the way of the path that you're going.
And I'll just look down at him and I go, look bad?
And he sort of goes, shakes a little bit, as if to say, nah.
Okay. Staircase looks clear. If we want to
Can I see
move
any
on and-
traps?
Survival check, please.
Who has been through here?
I will guide myself. I have not rolled yet. I will guide myself.
Okay.
But whose footsteps are these and where do they go?
Well, if she rolls as well as last time, she's going to know exactly who's been here.
End of game.
5 years ago,
Um,
Gia came through here.
21.
There's no fresh footprints. The snow pretty much covers things over quite quickly. You do see bits of wood, just little small splinters.
That match the cards.
Yeah, you're pretty confident that's the same sort of wood that they use for the carts.
We're on the right track then.
Should we carry
Would
on?
I
Onward.
would I know as we're walking? Would Umbraa know with his background and what his monastery does? Would he know anything about any particular kinds of, monsters or things that particularly target human flesh,
Roll a history
or
check.
that would do that sort of thing? Oh, that's not great. That's
Anything
a 9.
hungry?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of humanoid things in history that have been known. Cannibalism is a thing that has happened, so there's things,
not
but you're
entirely
not
sure.
entirely sure now.
Yeah. You did me dirty, Dice. You did me real dirty.
Tut, tut,
And
tut,
after all the praise,
tut, tut.
I give you one compliment and you have a tantrum.
So, are you guys carrying on?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
To the staircase.
Can
And beyond.
And
May-
beyond.
Demp go not ahead of the group a long way, but just like slightly in front of the group and try to stealth as he goes up the stairs, please?
Yep, roll for stealth, please.
That is a 16.
Yep. Okay, so Demp sort of speeds up a little bit to break pace with the rest of you. And like from tree to tree, using natural cover, you all make your way up the stairs and the path. And you come to sort of a plateau, and in the plateau is what looks like a cathedral-y sort of size building set directly into the mountain. There is a huge glass circular window that has been smashed out in the middle of the building, where it sort of like steeples up. Absolutely beautiful brickwork. It's gilded. There's sconces out the front that have burnt out. Yeah, it looks like it's been abandoned almost.
I'll turn to
Noella?
Noella and say, is this the manor house that we're heading to?
My audio just completely crashed out. I have no idea what anybody's just said then. I turned to Noella.
Oh, and I said, is this the manor house that we're heading to?
Oh, it is, yes. Do you think we
Talbs is
should
nodding
go
dramatically.
quietly? Offside. So, do you think we should continue quite cautiously from now on?
I think it might be wise.
I
I am not good at stealth.
Is Demp still ahead?
Yeah, but you can sort of like.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
I'd say just within 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us then.
Nice.
You beat me to it.
So, would you all roll stealth checks, please?
Already.
With a +10. Thanks to Noella's roll.
Sorry,
We
what?
get disadvantage in stealth.
So a stealth check, please, Jan, with a +10. Plus whatever your normal, and then +10.
Oh, man.
Right, so 19.
Okay.
Is that with the +10 as well?
That's with the +10, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Did you add your stealth modifier as well?
Oh, what, sorry?
So you add,
Stealth.
you roll your d20,
Yeah.
add your stealth modifier, then add 10.
That's what, yeah. So I rolled a 3, added 6,
Yeah.
and then
And
added.
then add, yeah,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you add the +10 if it's a natural 1?
Yes, you still had you still had the +10.
Oh, thank goodness.
There's no critical fails
On
on
a skill check.
skill checks.
Okay, so that was a 11.
11.
35.
Jesus.
I rolled a 19.
You just outrogued
six.
the rogue.
It just disappeared.
Yeah, just
She does that kitty jump into the snow and just goes.
She is white.
Exactly.
Umbraa just disappears.
Actually, I did forget to say while we were walking, at some point, I will have turned my my sash around my middle inside out, and it's got like a white. So I'm like turquoise and white instead of turquoise and burgundy.
Nice.
But yeah, 35. None of you know where I am.
Noella and Sen.
22.
22.
Fantastic. So collectively, you all did bloody well. So, as you venture further forward, and you head in to the door, slowly sneaking through.
Are we supposed to be seeing a map? There we go.
You come in to the main sort of thoroughfare and a throne room.
Are those squares to scale? Like, that's huge.
Yeah, it is huge.
Big old room.
Are we entering the bottom or the top?
You are entering from the bottom.
Those suits of armor are massive.
Yeah, they are. There's like sort of wooden pillars with sconces on that are lit. It's a big old place.
World's largest carrots.
So you look around. Let me just sort of scale that a little bit better. There we go. Let's try and find a way to fit this window better. But so you can see as you walk in, directly to your right, there is a pile of carts and spoiled food and just rotten meat. Quite a big pile. It looks like it's been rummaged through and picked through.
Can I
No, go on.
can I go over and investigate?
Yeah, roll an investigation check. What else you notice is on the 2 square platforms underneath the chandeliers on the roof are 2 piles of bodies, all wearing either tattered uniform or the Silver Guard's uniform.
So underneath the chandeliers on the floor.
Yes.
I
there
don't
any-
think they. I don't think they were asking for the food, to get the actual food.
Noella, because your perception is the highest. Can you all see the map, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see at the end in the stone throne room this creature.
Do I know what it is?
With your perception, you'd be able to see it. It hasn't noticed you yet. What you see in front of you is a giant bullfrog-looking humanoid with like horns on its head. Huge pot belly. And it's stuffing its face, and there's spit and slime everywhere. And just above, hovering in the air, in complete stasis, you see the mayor, Tyrius Bright, just hanging in the air.
Have any of us seen it? Have the rest of us seen it, or was it just?
Just Noella for now.
Okay.
I'll kind of. I won't speak, but I'll try and get everybody's attention and just like point.
So she sort of points it out, and you all now see this creature. I'll enlarge the token just so you can sort of see what you're looking at.
Oh, lovely. It's Jabba the Hutt.
Have I seen one of these
Harmony's mouse.
before?
Roll for history, please, VoodooBeard.
Is it history if I lived it?
There's an Harmony's mouse.
There is no.
18.
Ew.
You've not seen this exact creature before, but you have seen creatures like it, similar to it. This seems a bit more.
My ancient enemy.
This seems a bit more. What's what I'm looking for? Yeah, this seems a bit different to what you're normally used to seeing, but like you've seen things like this before.
From the war or just from general?
From the war.
Okay. I'm not happy about this.
No.
May I try the same, please? To see if I recognise the creature.
Yeah, roll a history check. Jan, did you roll a investigation check for the?
I did, and it was a 9, and I was very embarrassed, so I said nothing.
Right. Okay. you sort of pottering through, and it is just like food and mouldy, rotten stuff.
Okay. I've got a trait favoured enemy, which is fiend. So if it's a fiend, I get advantage on the roll.
Okay. Would you please roll with advantage then, sir?
'Tis a fiend.
Ah!
A fiend, you fiend.
Also, I'm currently moving tokens on the chat board of the enemy. People who are in the chat, would you see if you can see the token moving? And would people who are watching the chat please let me know if they can see it, because I can't have the both open at once, it seems.
Yeah, you can
Yes,
see it.
You can see the bullfrog. The bullfrog is doing
Moving from side to
a
side.
bit of a tango. Yeah.
Doing the dance of his people.
Brilliant.
Yes.
It's happy food dance.
The happy food dance.
People.
That was a 15.
A 15. You've heard stories from back in the war of these fiendish creatures. You know it to be called the Bandahob.
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 And
And a hop.
And you know they are not particularly good.
well, the fact that he's got an arm in his mouth pretty much.
Yeah, we've been clued in.
I mean, it depends on how we want to go about this, because I've got dispel magic. I can try and dispel magic on the stasis, but that's obviously going to put us straight into combat.
I think
And
he's
put
probably
him into danger.
he's probably safer where he is.
As you are stood there,
Sorry, my aurora's showing.
the Bandahob sort of... Who's there? I hear you!
I'm going over there. I'm hiding.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide behind the rubble.
Have you brought me more dinner?
No, I am furry. You will not like me.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Coward.
Okay, the Sentinel's gonna step a few steps forwards and just shout down the thing and say, "You're not welcome here, fiend!"
It's one of them bloody robot things. What you doing up in the mountains?
What are you doing out of the water?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know? Have you come to bring me food? I can't eat you.
You seem to have had enough. And I gesture to the pile of broken carts.
I mean, that was just a light snack. I'm always hungry. And like as he's laughing, you can just see this like putrid bile drip down his form.
Can I see if there's any? Can I have a look around the room to see if there's any more of them? Are we being surrounded?
Roll an investigation check, please.
No.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
No.
That was a natural one, so it was a 4 total.
Right, okay. As you're looking round, you clatter into the statue of the armour that is next to you. And the Bandahob goes, "Ah! There's more of you! It's like a walking buffet."
Now I'll say, no, you will not like me. I am furry.
Oh, bloody fur on this one. You're right, I wouldn't like you. But my friends might. And he sort of does this low sort of croaking noise.
No, I don't like it, no.
And nothing happens for a while. And then you start hearing chink, 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 chink. And you notice an arm of one of the bodies start twitching. As two Draugr pull themselves from underneath the corpses.
No, do not want.
And start shambling towards you. And I'd like you to all roll initiative, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna punch some folks. That was very low.
17.
That was a natural 20.
Right, so 25 to 30.
23.
23 as well.
So 20 to 25.
Didn't we just do that one?
Yeah, we've
Oh,
just
sorry.
established 23.
Right, okay, sorry, my bad. 15 to 20.
17.
16.
So, what was that? Sorry, 16.
For me.
And
17
Jan?
for Jan.
17 for me.
Voodoo, what did you get?
4. I rolled a 3.
Do you want to
Your
roll a separate
initiative's
roll for
+1.
Rico?
He goes on my initiative.
He goes on your initiative.
Well, he just goes straight after me.
So, at the top of the round, Umbraa, what would you like to do? Seeing
Hell
these
yeah.
two armoured corpses step out of the rubble, eyes bright. You look at them, and their mouths are open and water's trickling out of their mouth. Their faces aren't just decayed, but there are barnacles and bits of coral sticking out of their joints where bones should be protruding, but it's coral instead. What would you like to do?
I would like to punch a fool. I'm gonna run.
Send them back to the
5,
sea.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I am going to punch a fool.
Please roll for an attack.
I will indeed. That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
So that is first attack does 6 points of damage. Second attack, that is a 13 to hit.
13 just misses.
Ah, crap. Okay, then I will spend a key point to do flurry of blows.
Yep.
So that's 2 more. So the first one I rolled 2 13s, which both 19
Both 19.
to hit. I rolled
They
2
both hit.
13s. So that is a 5. So 11 points of damage total.
You hit the Droga. First time, the punch to the chest knocks it back. You try to take a second swipe at it, but it sort of, as it shambles, you just end up missing and grazing the armour. But your third 2 strikes, bang bang, straight into the chest. Make it stumble. They fall backwards. Down.
Oh, nice.
As
So
it's
you
lay
all
there.
just watched
As it's-
Umbraa just run across it.
As it's lay there, its leg still twitches, and you hear. You don't quite think you've finished the job,
Okay.
But it's prone on the floor.
but it's prone on the
Yes.
floor. Demp,
Okay.
you're up.
Right. Demp is going to arrow longbow at the Droga that is lying on the ground.
Okie dokie. That it will be with disadvantage, unfortunately, because it is lay down.
That's a good point. Can I change it to the other one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so longbow. Oh, this is a great time to forget how to play. It's dexterity.
It is.
So that,
And your proficiency bonus.
yeah. So 10 plus. That would be a 19.
19 hits. Roll for damage.
Nice.
1d8 plus.
I missed my ranger.
That's 9 damage.
9 damage. The arrow sinks between the armour into its neck, and it sort of, and like its arm twitches. It is looking hurt. It did not like that.
And I'm going to do it again as I get 2 attacks.
Okie dokie.
Screw
Marshall
you.
Clem.
19.
19. That does hit.
3 plus 4, that's 7.
Nice.
7 points of damage. Again, the second arrow comes in straight between the eyes, and the Draugr falls back down and makes no noise.
Oh, it's got that stupid thing that zombies have got, hasn't it? Where it's got a roll and.
Does it look dead though?
Is that the end of
one.
your turn?
I think that's the end of my turn.
Good stuff.
And don't mind me, I've just forgotten how to play my character.
It's all good.
I think the only one I can think of doing, I think I need an action to do, which I've used them all. Oh, a bonus. Forgive me, I'm not entirely familiar with this. A bonus action. Can I use a bonus action, having used my two attack
Yeah,
actions?
you've still got a bonus.
Okay, can I cast Hunter's Mark on the Draugr that's on the ground, please?
You can indeed.
Ooh, nice.
I will put a little thingy on him, so we know he is hunted marked.
I will
Stuck it.
That's a spell.
And is that the end of your turn?
That's now the end of my turn.
Next up, we have the Draugr. Julyan, you are next up.
Okay.
The Draugr on. Oh no, it's the Draugr's first. You're after the Draugr.
Right.
Just letting you know, so you can get yourself prepared.
Oh, okay.
The Draugr that's on the floor in front of you, Umbraa, stands up
Yeah.
and it screams. And as it screams, it enlarges into a large-sized creature. Make sure I'm on the right layer. I am indeed. Where's my thingy, my bob? Is it gone?
Damn.
Does your character actually say that?
Yes.
He's bigger now.
Damn.
You do need them to go, Sen, they stole your trick.
Yeah.
It is going to make an attack with its long sword at you. Oh! But as it swings, you are too quick for it, and it just clangs straight into the wooden floor. Next up is Big Horrible Frogman. And he goes, oh, bloody hell. And he makes that noise again. And boop. Boop. 2 more corpses slide out
Well,
of the pile of bodies underneath.
the unlimited pile of bodies.
And he goes, hurry up and get him, I'm hungry. And he ends his turn. Julyan, you are up. What would you like to do?
How do I see how far I can move in roll 20? Is that... Do I just click on something and it tells me how far away it is?
Each square is 5 feet.
But you've got a tool. If you look down your tool thing on the side, you've got one that's like a circle with a line sticking out towards the right. That's your ruler. So if you click on that
Click
one,
and drag. You can do
and then
this.
you can click from you and measure how far away something is.
Oh, someone just did it for me, I think.
I did. It was me.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he's
can't see a ruler. I can see like a paintbrush.
There's a paintbrush, a magnifying glass, and then the one
and
underneath.
it's the one under the magnifying glass.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. And then
just click and hold and drag. There you go.
Nice. Okay, so I can't get to that guy in one turn.
You can bonus action dash because you're
Yeah,
a
you
rogue.
can dash with your bonus action because you're a rogue.
I'll do that then, if I may. So, can I? If I do that, am I still coming out of hiding? So it's a stealth advantage.
They don't know you're there yet, so whatever you do will be technically classed as a surprise. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna come out of hiding. I'm gonna run at that Draugr that's just come up. So it's 40 feet away from me.
Yeah.
So that's my bonus action. So I'll do that. Oh. How do I move myself?
Go back to your arrow now.
Yeah, go back
Top
to your
of the
arrow now.
tall thing.
Okay. I totally
then
know
you
what
can
I'm
move.
doing. Right. So I'm running up to him, and I'm going to attack with both daggers.
Okay, please roll for an attack.
Okay, so that is a D20 plus 6.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So first attack is 12 to hit.
That just misses.
Just misses. Okay, second attack. (19 to hit).
As you jump forward, it parries your first attack with a shield, but because of your small stature and it didn't see you coming, you were able to get underneath it and jab a knife right in the gap where the armor meets the sort of pantalons. Please roll for damage with sneak attack.
With sneak attack.
Yes,
so
please.
sneak attack is 3d6 and my damage is 1d4 plus 3.
That is.
So
correct.
d4 is 2 plus 3 is 5. And then 3d6, they've gone everywhere. Right, I'm gonna roll this one again because I hit it with my hand as it was going down.
Okie dokie.
Damn! It landed on a 1. So damn me and my honesty. Right. So 3, 1, and 2. Not very good.
3, 1, and a 2, so 2 3s. And what was your D4?
So my D4 was a 2 plus 3, so 5, 6, 7,
6.
8, 9, 10, 11.
11 points of damage. It isn't happy at all with you, and it sort of bends forward, falls to the floor, and it stays there.
You did it.
We have another dead Draugr. And that's an action and a bonus action and your movement. So that means Noella, it is your turn. Oh, have you got?
Noella.
Yeah, you got more movement if you want to move more.
Have I?
Yep.
You
am...
use 35. You use 35 of 60 feet.
Oh, well, I am going to dash. What are these things next to the armor with little candles around
They're
them?
just
Are
their
they like...
pillars with sconces on the side.
Oh, what's your speed? Sorry, is your speed 25 or 30?
My speed is 25.
Oh, then you've used 35 of.
You've
50.
got 15 feet of movement left.
I'm going to dive and hide behind this suit of armor.
Okie dokie.
So I'm now. Do I need to do a stealth check for that?
You can action
That's
to
an
hide.
action to hide, yeah, so.
Or a bonus action as a rogue.
Yeah.
You can use the bonus action to dash.
I'm
You
going to
can't.
stand behind this armor.
That's fine.
You
That's
can
fine.
sort of
Not
duck
hide.
behind it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Right.
I'm
No,
now looking at the armor.
Noella, it's your turn.
Okay, so I am going to move forward 25 feet.
If you sort of ping me when you want to go, I can move, yeah. Just click on
Just
move.
straight forward.
25. 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25.
And then 90 feet ahead of that, I'm going to cast Summon Beast.
Nice.
So, 5, 10,
Summon the beast.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So all the way up on him.
Yep.
Right, okay. Summon Beast, yep.
And then for my last 5 feet of movement, I will leap full Twilight mode and transform into a white direwolf.
Nice.
And of course, I didn't get the animal token ready. But thankfully,
I mean,
with the power of the internet right in front of me.
What beast did you summon?
oh yeah, what beast did you summon with your summon beast?
Let's go with another direwolf.
2
Another
direwolves. Would that be a die a wolf?
Whee.
Sorry.
Are we going to have a white one as well?
Yep.
Okay, so I will put that
This is like uncritical role and Madness. It's like
I haven't got a mini for that.
I didn't bring like T-Rex mini, so you're just gonna have to have this turtle. There you go.
Yeah, you are now a turtle now. I'll hang on.
At least with the internet doing it this way, you can just find a picture of a wolf. Like, you're okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He'll never beat the duck.
No.
Quackthulhu.
Quackthulhu was amazing.
Loved it.
Uh-huh. Oh man.
Go, Druid! Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Druid.
Druid's a great class. I'm really happy 3 of my punches hit.
Right, so you're summoning
something.
another direwolf, did you say?
Yeah.
My little squishy
Oh,
rogue.
well, it looks like a direwolf, I guess,
Yeah,
rather than being an actual
it's
one.
the direwolf.
The tension.
What? Come off it. Behave yourself. Right, hold on. Right. Oh, that's why. I'm looking in the wrong folder.
You put it on the. I was just gonna say you put it on the DM screen. The DM layer.
No. More stupid than that.
I've done that before. Not gonna lie.
Did you do a towel?
I did a Talbs. Of course I did a Talbs. That's all everybody's come for. So, you see a direwolf right up in Thingy's grill.
To all up in his face.
Can you
All
put
up
him?
in
The,
his face.
can you put him the other side?
Yeah, of course. And
Because then that's where I'm gonna go
Noella
eventually.
is a direwolf.
Woo!
So, what I'll do is I will put a little thing so I know it's you. There we go.
Is that a ninja?
Yeah, a little ninja, because she's in disguise.
Transformers.
So, Noella runs forward, points her arm out as a direwolf appears next to the giant horrible frogman, and as she leaps into the air, her body transforms and she hits the floor. This perfect glacial white direwolf on all fours, snarling and growling.
Awesome.
Sentinel, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Well,
Umbraa, you are on deck.
well. How far am I away? Excellent. I'm gonna run up to this big guy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna punch him
Roll for an attack.
with my
please.
thunder fists.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got thunder fists.
So, first attack.
Yep.
Is a 21.
That hits. Roll damage.
3, 4, 5, 7 damage.
As you hit the armor, is it thunder? Did you say or lightning?
It's thunder damage.
The shockwave. The body just disintegrates and falls to pieces.
Nice. So
And
that's a punch.
He is dead.
I've now not got. I haven't got enough movement to get to the next one, but I'll tell Rico, who's sat up on my shoulder.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus action to get him to attack.
Okay, do you want to get Rico?
He's just on my shoulder, so we occupy the same space
Okay.
because he's tiny.
Roll for an attack then,
No.
please.
You are 13.
13 hits.
Woo.
Oh no, sorry, 13
So-
just misses. Sorry, just misses.
Boo.
My bad. My bad.
Yay! Oh.
You can't do that to a man.
I'm sorry.
So a little, like his little eye glows up and it shoots like a beam of force and just misses him. Pew. And that's all of my things.
Umbraa, it is your turn.
It is indeed. Right. Annie, you might be able to help me with this one. Feline agility. How
Yep,
far
so
does
yeah,
that, how far does that
120,
get me?
120 feet. but then you can't move at all on your next go, and then you
Gotcha.
get it back.
Okay.
Does it
I'm running-
does it
I'm-
double your? Does it double because your
Oh, wait,
base
so I'm
movement
think-
is longer?
I'm thinking of Rogue and I that's got 60 feet of movement. So yeah, so it just
I can move
double
60 feet.
What's your movement speed?
30.
Oh, no, 40. My
So
speed.
you
get
can go
80.
80.
I get 80 feet. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
gonna
Thinking of
I'm
Rogue.
gonna haul ass 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. 75. And I punch him in the face.
Roll for Mike turn on.
That is
Roll for an attack.
World's longest bicycle kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of gonna Umbra's gonna run, and then you kind of see him dig in and kind of push off with a little bit more momentum, and just run and jump and leap. And as he jumps and leaps, he's gonna come down for like a punch, sucker punch from the top.
Sucker
and that's
punch!
24 to hit.
24 does definitely hit.
Excellent. So that is. Oh yes, please, full damage. That is 9 points of damage.
As you come down with this strike, you bury it deep into his head, and it almost sort of squashes him, and he makes a. But like, he almost sort of like pops himself back out, like he's hurt, but not as hurt as he should have been from that good solid contact.
I will hit him again.
Okay, roll for attack.
I hit him some more.
That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
I hit,
Roll for
I hit
damage.
some more.
That is 6 points of damage.
Yep. Again, as you come round and you spin round and you put a kick into his stomach, it hurts him, and he like that, and, like all this bile comes out. But again, the skin sort of boom, and comes back to the dent that you left in him.
Stunning strike.
What's the DC?
13.
That's a natural 20. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
So, stunning strike does not work.
Fridger.
Never mind.
Dang it, frog.
Dem.
Can
Oh,
I
sorry.
still can I still do flurry of blows? The stunning strike
Um,
bonus action, or is it just?
No, you just get to spend
yeah,
key
you just
points
get
to
to
do
spend
it.
key points. Yeah.
Then I'll spend another key point to do flurry of blows.
Okie dokie.
All the punches.
You
That's a
rogue.
natural 20.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is, and that's a 6. Yes! I love this game. So that's a 6. Doubled to 12 plus 3 is 15 for my first strike.
Boom! Doubles over in pain again, spewing this bile. A little bit of blood coming out with it this time.
Second one is an 18 to hit,
18 hits.
and that is 4 points of damage.
And again, you crack him. And he's definitely looking hurt, but he's very squidgy and flabby, shall we say. So, like, you're hitting him hard, but you don't quite think he's, like, hurt more! Damn it! Do you know what I mean? So,
And that's it. That's all I got.
Demp, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to walk my 30 feet.
Yep.
To reach, if I remember correctly, it's about where that corpse is.
Yep, go for it.
So, there. I'm then going to use a bonus action to cast Misty Step.
Yep.
Which is up to 30 feet, so that's my second level slot. And I will Misty Step to the pile of bodies.
Yep. So you are
Right.
perched on top of the pile of bodies.
This may not work. Can I use my character's tinderbox to try and set fire to the bodies?
Roll. Roll a survival check for me.
Has he accidentally set fire to himself?
It's fire.
Heat of the moment.
Oh, darn.
That is a 12.
A 12. You start making sparks, and you can start seeing embers form, and you're blowing on them, and you can see the fire starting to take.
Okay, I think that's my go.
Yep, that would be everything. So, it is now the baddie's turn again.
Uh-oh.
This
That's fine.
Droga walks down to you, Sentinel,
Come at
and
me,
it
bro.
is going to take a swipe at you.
Come at me, bro.
13 to hit,
No.
as you sidestep out the way of its first hit.
Tang.
Absolutely nothing to worry about. You could do this all day. Frogman.
I used to literally do this all day.
Yeah. Frogman isn't happy with you, Umbraa, and it is going
Fair.
to spit bile at you.
Yeah.
That is a 19 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
As it sits up and looks at you, it belches and vomits this vile smelling, burning ick, and it goes all over you. You take 12 points of acid damage.
Eek.
The worst part is that to get it off,
Okay.
you gotta lick it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it can't move anywhere, because if it moves anywhere,
No, never mind.
it's
Never
gonna
mind.
get
No,
done.
it's too late now. Don't worry about it.
Julyan, it is now your go.
It is indeed. Right.
Dog.
Oh, hang on.
I poked him in the eye. I feel so bad.
Oh no!
I went to put my hand backwards to stroke him, and I got him straight in his eye.
Oh!
I'm sorry.
Oh!
Oh, he's alright. He's just been a wimp. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cross 45 feet,
Yep, go for it.
and so I'm not coming out of hiding this time, but I'm going to attack with both daggers.
Okie dokie, roll for attack.
You've got an
Okay.
ally there anyway, so you get
Yeah, you get
sneak attack anyway.
Oh, do I?
You've got an ally within 5 feet of the enemy you're attacking, so you get that triggers your sneak attack.
You still get your
Excellent.
sneak attack damage.
I like this. Thank you, Voodoo. Right, first attack is 17 to hit.
17
Oh
hits.
no, sorry, even higher than that. I forgot to add 6, but it's hit anyway, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
that hits.
Okay, so that is 1d4. 3 plus 3 is 6.
Kill it.
6, 1, and 1, so 8.
Yep.
So 6 plus 8 is
14.
14.
As you run over and you embed the knife, you sort of jump and catch it in the back of where its neck would be, and its body just goes limp onto the floor. But you still hear coming from underneath.
I'll go at it with the other knife.
Roll with advantage as well because it is prone. Is it an
Okay.
auto crit when it's prone as well?
Alright, I'm gonna go with 14 because the other one was rubbish.
14 is
So
its armor
14
class.
plus 6.
Oh, plus 6
14,
definitely
15,
hits.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20 to hit.
20 hits. Please roll
Yeah.
with sneak attack and then double
No.
your...
You
Oh,
don't
no,
get
first-
sneak
yeah.
attack twice.
No, well,
Okay.
it's roll for an attack and then double it because it's an auto crit.
This
Okay.
is your
Roll,
normal.
roll your d4 and double it.
Alright. Do I roll my d4 before or after I add the modifier?
You just
Sorry, do
double
I
the
double
dice.
my
Yeah, you just
D4?
double the
Yeah.
dice and the modifier.
Double the die. Okay, so the die is 3, so that's 6, and then the modifier is +3, so that's 9.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
that's 9, yeah? As
Mhm.
you hear that, you bring the other knife down and just split its skull just completely in half.
Nice.
It is dead.
I think you've still got some movement if you want it.
I've got 5 movement left, I think.
Do a little dance on top of it.
Yeah.
Stand on its corpse.
I am gonna do that. I'm gonna use my 5 feet of movement that I've got left to
Victory!
stand on the corpse and do a dance.
Nice.
Mm, mm, mm.
You
Then
are
I
dancing.
pick up-
You are dancing on its corpse.
I'm dancing on the corpse. I then pick up a bit of the corpse and I shout at Rico, "Fetch!"
Brilliant. Right, Noella, it is your go.
Okay, so my beast is going to maul the toad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hang on. So my spell attack modifier to hit.
Okay.
So that is spell attack. Okay. So that is a 23 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So
Kill
that,
him. I don't want to be acided again.
so that is 1d8 plus 4 plus the spell's level. So that's 6 plus 8 points of damage.
As this dire wolf takes a chunk out of this frog-like being, you hear it scream in pain, and it's looking super, super hurt.
Okay.
Come on.
And then I will use my action and bonus action to dash up and go in between.
Yep.
There we go.
And you end your turn there.
Yep.
Sentinel, you are up.
Well, it looks very far away.
It is very far away.
He's 70 of defeats.
What range
Attention.
is it? 30.
Come on, VB. The tension's killing me.
I know. I'm going to dash 70 feet.
Okie
No,
dokie.
60 feet, sorry.
Okie dokie.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Yep.
And then I'm going to get Rico to do his attack.
Roll for an attack.
Go, Rico.
That is a natural 20
Yes.
for 27.
Yes!
That,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
go
the
ahead.
teeniest little attack. It's a D4.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Natural 20. Hell yeah.
7 force damage.
How would Rico like to do this?
Hilarious. That's ridiculous. So I've run all the way up. So he's sort of like clanging up. He's not stealthy at all. And then he's just gonna go, Rico, get him. And just this, the eye flashes, and he's this little, like, bead of force, beam just comes out, just hits it in the middle of the temple.
As the beam
Sentinel.
hits
Because I'm on the side.
the horrible, horrible frogman, the banda hob directly between its eyes, they go white, and the beam comes out the other side of its head,
Yeah.
Nice.
and he starts dissolving into like a puddle of ichor and slime.
Hmm.
In the slime, you notice there is a yellow diamond shaped object.
Smash it.
What's
We
it
are
look
out
like?
of initiative now.
Get the acid off me.
You can get the acid off you, yes.
Can I investigate the diamond?
You can indeed.
I get advantage.
Yeah.
I'm going to investigate this box.
I'm going to look at the piles of bodies to make sure that none of them are going to come back.
17.
As you bend over and pick up the gem,
Uh-oh.
you see a flash of white light.
Oops.
Mistakes were made.
Whoops.
You are pretty much blind.
Uh-oh.
And as you stop squinting, your eyes open. And you're not in the throne room anymore.
Oh, crap.
And everything feels a bit floaty.
Is this a charm?
And you're
Is this
looking
a
around.
Is it a charm?
And you try to breathe, but you can't. There's no air. You're underwater.
Shit.
Can you turn into something with a swim speed?
You look around.
Nope.
You look around, and you're in what looks like an obsidian chamber. And you look at your feet, and you are in a sort of glowing runic circle. And you can see more of these circles on the floor, but they're not illuminated. And as you look up, you see this figure of a beautiful woman just gliding towards you.
It's the bitch queen.
It is a great.
Grab the gem again.
As much as you can't breathe and you can't get air and your lungs are burning and you're choking and you're coughing, you almost feel okay, apart from the panic. But as she starts getting closer towards you, you notice that her beautiful features, she's her hair that was beautifully and flowing is tangled with weeds. Her skin is lined with white scales that are peeling off. She opens her mouth and it's a beautiful smile, but then it flickers into what looks like a lamprey mouth. As she's sort of clicking and looking at you.
Oh no.
And
I'm not even there and this is a nope. Nope.
She is face to face with you. What do we have here then? Her breath, even though you're underwater, you just smell decay. A quiet one, aren't you, dear? Please tell me, where is my froggy friend?
Oops.
You try to speak, but words don't leave your mouth. It's just bubbles.
Yes, because I am a wolf.
You look down and you're not a wolf anymore.
Okay.
Good save.
You are looking round and... Why won't you speak to me, dear? Please speak to me. And the temperature of the water starts rising and rising and rising. And you are boiling alive.
Has she actually disappeared? Like from where we are? Is she like? Did she touch it and then was gone?
You guys saw her pick up the gem. The light flashed, and she just collapsed to the ground, and she hasn't moved since.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like. Hello.
Roll a medicine check for me, please.
Up.
Am I asleep?
You are not asleep.
Am I charmed?
You are not charmed.
A medicine check.
Yes, please.
14.
Can we just run up there, or do we have to do movement checks?
No, you can just run up there.
Yeah.
You shake her awake, and the more and more you shake, Noella, you're boiling alive. You're hot. Your skin is like burning, but nothing's changing. But you are in incredible pain. You start feeling yourself rocking and shaking, and luckily, she shakes the gem loose of your hand, and as it bounces down the throne room, you're out of the throne room. You're back in your body. Your body still remembering the pain of the burning water, the boiling water that was round it, the smell of her breath lingering in your nostrils, the burning sensation of your lungs as you try and get breath, and you cough up water.
Umbra takes a rag and throws it over the top of the gem. Don't touch that.
Can I cast a spell?
Cast a spell.
No, a spell.
Yeah, of course, if you want. What spell?
I'm going to cast a spell, Shatter. A sudden loud ringing noise. 10-foot radius sphere centered on the point of the gem, wherever you threw it. And it needs to. The gem needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
I say it automatically. Your spell automatically hits.
It takes 3d8 thunder damage.
Roll the 3d8 thunder damage.
6, 5, and a 7.
18 points damage.
The gem, like shards of glass all over the floor.
You ripped my rag.
All right.
Without realising it, you hear a voice behind you. Is it gone? Is it gone?
Oh yeah, the mayor.
Tyrius Bright, who was hanging in the air, is now hiding behind the throne. Is it dead? Did you kill it?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, how could I have been so stupid?
Why are you
I don't
stupid?
If you tell them the people, they will surely come for me. Please don't let them come for me if I tell you. Please.
Depends
Tell
what
me
you
what-
did.
Tell us what you did. What did you do?
Well, I was up at the spring, sat at the glacier, and inside the ice there was a small box. And I chiselled it out, and inside that box there was that gem. And when I touched it, I felt pain, like pain I had never felt before. Within a day they were here. That horrible beast, that green slimy toad. He locked me away and killed all of my gods. He put a curse on the land. He cursed the land. I couldn't do anything to stop him. And like he's weeping. Like he's like ugly crying.
Umbra pats him on the shoulder. There.
I should have informed someone of what I found, but I saw it was shiny and probably worth something, and stupid. I thought I'd keep it for myself.
I don't think touching a gem makes you stupid. I don't think you could have known what it did.
Noella, shifty looking at the floor.
Doesn't help the children that died because of this curse, though.
Oh God, did they die?
That was his fault. Because he didn't say, like, I made a deal to make the pain go away. He just said, like, they turned up.
It is not your fault, but it is still a tragedy.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. And he looks up at Noella. And he goes, did you see her? Is your mic muted?
Yes.
Did you see her?
Is your doggy form mute?
Yes.
Was it her?
Is your mic muted as well, Tarbs?
No.
What do you mean, her?
She saw her, didn't you? And he's looking directly at you, Noella.
Her who? I am confused.
Noella?
What? I literally have answered you twice.
No. Amy just said her who.
Oh, my audio checked out. I didn't hear that. I think it was the bitch queen.
What? Umbraa?
I think so.
She had sea plants for hair and scales, and she changed. She was this beautiful siren one minute, and then this monstrosity the next. She made the water around me boil. It hurt so bad.
Do I see any, like, redness to his skin or Noella's skin?
Roll medicine checks, please. Sentinel.
Any burn marks or...
That is me.
Your inside alarm is screaming.
In
I
what
rolled-
regard?
I rolled a 5.
You can't see any redness.
Cool.
The description of
Is the enemy.
from
the
what
big
you
one.
have seen just with the frog-like creature to the description that has been given by Noella and Tyrius, you believe them to be describing the Queen of the Depths, Umbraa herself.
Well.
Damn.
Would I think that this box is some manner of remnant, or is this a new attempt at an incursion?
Roll an intelligence check.
Ooh, that's not too bad. 22.
Not too bad.
When the big attacks occurred on the land, these crystals would show up before they'd wash up on the beach. You'd find them like attached to like seabirds. They'd be like brought upstream. These sort of gems are anchors that allow the denizens of the deep to sort of spy and do reconnaissance on the land. Almost like a scry as such.
Did it look like that it was an old gem or a new gem before I shattered it into pieces?
This was very much a freshly cut gem.
Okay.
Well, butts.
So I am going to want to go and report this to the garrison that I was stationed at 500 years ago. Because I've been waiting for this to happen.
Your whole life.
Well, the first chunk of my life was fighting in the war, and then was waiting for the war to carry on happening for the next 500 years. Patrolling.
You are the one you've been
So-
waiting for.
Tyrius stands up and brushes himself off, and he says, I think it's time I acted like the leader my people deserve. Would you please escort me to the town?
Yep.
I need to put
Oh,
things
God.
right.
We haven't got to get him back across that bridge, have we?
You may have trouble getting across the bridge. You have not repaired it well.
That will be first on my list. And he walks over to sort of one of the boxes on the sides here, and he opens it, and it's just full of, like, gold, gems, everything.
Ooh!
He says, there is another on the other side. Please, take it for yourselves. And
Okay.
inside, there is 100 gold pieces each.
Nice. Nice.
And there is a further 200 golds worth of mixed gems.
How do I add mixed gems?
Add 100 gold.
And that's 200 between the 5 of you.
We'll sort out loot. Another.
How do I add mixed gems?
It should be on there.
Yeah, we'll sort it.
We'll sort it later.
Okay.
But yeah, so should we say for the sake of brevity that you head back to the town?
Struggle for
Yes,
4 or 5
we,
hours at the bridge.
and we do not have to roll.
No,
get
no,
back
no.
over.
We totes get over the bridge fine.
We'll say learning from the first time, you remember where your pitfalls were, especially you, Dem. You sort of like brush your boots off before you go off so they're nice and dry and not slippy, and you're across it like a gazelle. And as you walk into the town, you see the farmer, and he's like digging at the earth, and he's like, he looks up and sees, and he goes, "Did you do it? Did you do it?"
I don't know. Did we?
And he just pulls up his hands, and there's bugs and creatures all alive walking across his hand. He goes, "Yeah, it's the first living thing to come out of this land, and I don't know how long."
Then I guess we did it.
Man, I hope you did. And like immediately, you start tilling the fields. Start tilling the fields. Go feed them cows. And he's just putting everybody to work, trying to prepare the ground, and just he's putting everything into it. You know what I mean? He just to try and do what he can. The Mayor Tyrius, he says, "Thank you once again. I'm going to head over to the town hall, and I will immediately make sure that things like this never happen again. And my people, we're a strong, strong nation. We can recover from this. But please, I beg you, don't let any more of these things come back."
Top of the list.
And as he walks to the town hall, people, like, looking at these random heroes that turned up out of the snow, brought together by chance, formed a kinship in battle, with new goals and new mysteries.
The new gold.
New gold. Will they continue to adventure on? Who knows? But we can always find out if you give me a couple of weeks to write more things. But Demp, are you there?
Yep.
While this is all going on, and they're in the sweats of watching the men work the fields, you've disappeared and returned with a flagon of ale for each of your new friends. You hold it like a loving child and I've missed you, baby. And that first one doesn't even touch the sides, but it's a good job you bought 2 for yourself.
He can also have mine because Umbraa doesn't drink.
3 for yourself.
I shan't be leaving this town for a while.
If you've given Julyan a full flagon, she's all of £40. So
It's fine. Just don't drink it all at once.
She's going to be drunk before she reaches the bottom of that flagon.
she's going to be carrying home.
So, as
I
the
think so.
dramatic camera pans out on our heroes,
Not just a normal camera.
a dramatic camera,
A dramatic camera.
we will end today's adventure.
We did it!
You killed the frog thing.
That was
Yay!
amazing.
Death to the frog.
Death to Frogman.
Yeah, I did particularly like the fact that the character who's essentially a devil hunter, specifically designed for fighting fiends, didn't actually make it to the fiend, and the fiend got killed by everyone else. Very well done.
The Fiend got killed by the teeny tiny robot.
The
Yeah,
team
the little...
match.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
that was fab.
I've got-
Well done,
I've got a
pals.
long way to get back to Bridgend to go. Damn it, they're back.
But are you going alone or are you going with 4 new friends?
I don't know. Depends what everyone else wants to do.
I would love to jump back into that. That's my first time playing it with what's this called? Roll20.
Yeah.
And I found it so much easier because I'm not very good at holding visuals in my head. I'm a text person. And so when I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, normally I'm trying to hold all this information in my head. And when it's a battle, I find it very hard to remember how many enemies there are, where they are, who's far away. And having it on just in front of me and being able to constantly refer to it, I found it actually made the battles much more enjoyable and I was able to strategize and think.
Ah.
So I really liked playing with the Roll20.
Oh, brilliant.
It is really good.
And I really liked this campaign as well. And I know that we've only touched like 5% of the map that you've made.
I have literally been while I'm at work and I'm waiting to do things. I am sat there and I am drawing things up and I am writing things and I am expanding on this world.
Kitty!
Kitty
Ah, that's Poppy.
Hi, puppy.
Not bad for a cat who was on death's door a couple of weeks ago.
Oh no, bless her. She's doing so well.
She really is, bless her. I'll put that onto there so while we finish our conversation, the people can see the wonderful world of Somber.
I want to go everywhere.
We want to go everywhere. The continuing adventures of the heroes of Myth Ath Losi. We changed the name.
But yeah, there are plenty of places for you to explore.
I love that. I am literally the complete opposite.
Yeah, you
from.
have travelled the complete opposite of the land.
Like I am from the point.
Yep.
Which, if you look at the bottom of the map, I'm from the point.
Which is down there, and then. Yeah.
And then we travelled to Myth Ath.
Can I say hi to
Losi.
Kyle Tran? Hello, Kyle Tran. Sorry, I
I
didn't...
just assumed that was going to be some kind of troll message.
Ah, if it is, it is.
Mm.
But
If not, you said hi to a person.
yeah, if not, I've said hi to a person. But yeah, so there are plenty more adventures to be had. I have wrote a lot of history if we wish to continue.
Yeah.
Definitely game.
Definitely.
I mean,
I got to punch. It was awesome.
to say we said we'd start at 8 and we only started at 8:30, that wasn't too much of a late delay.
No, we did well.
Not for Talb's time, anyway.
It is.
But yeah,
This
I'll work
is
on.
positively early for
Oh, it is, yeah.
finishing D&D for us.
I'll work on sort of centering those maps a little bit more, so they take up more of the center of the block, because that's annoying me. But I'm sure if I tell it VoodooBeard's going to come around and shout at it, it'll do it itself. But yeah, so did I do good, everybody? Did I do good?
I think you did very well.
It was so good.
I loved it. It was very. I liked the enemies were quite unexpected in there. I like it when you sort of set a scene, and then it turns out to not be what you're expecting. Like with the mayor, where you're expecting this real nasty bit of work, and it turns out in the end,
Yeah, I
he's
thought you'd done something
innocent.
for sure.
Yeah.
Just a
And-
greedy man.
and- The frog summoning the Draugr was good.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah,
You
he
don't.
was.
Don't
And
need to feel as stressy next time.
No, it all went well. It all went well. All
And
of
we've
the technology worked.
None of us died.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, we survived the true boss battle, the bridge.
Mm.
And I love the combination of characters we've got, because we've got quite an unusual, not uncommon sort of combination. Like, we have no wizard, we have no fighter, we have none of the ones.
We are like the worst Dungeons and Dragons party.
We are not the worst party. We've got people who can heal. We've got a monk who's a war machine, and we've also got an actual war machine.
Yeah.
The
We've got a
reason
war-
I
an
went
actual
for
war
Artificer.
machine.
Yeah, the reason I went for this Artificer is because I've basically built him like a tank. He's not strong and he's not dexterous, but his armor class is 20, and he's just got and he can just punch real good.
You've also got a druid that can see all, and a rogue that can murder children with snowballs.
With
sneeze.
with no trouble at all.
With no trouble whatsoever.
I didn't mean to murder the child with a snowball.
You threw a snowball.
Druids are ridiculously good. Like,
yeah.
you just, like, as a druid, you just hit point well. Like, you've got so many, like, it's so versatile.
I'll
being
be
a
honest. I didn't expect the monk to batter the crap out of the enemy so much.
I was like, every roll, I was like, please be good, please be good. And I was like,
Level 5 monk.
Did I hit? Is it good?
Level 5 monk spends 1 key point and can attack 4 times.
Yep. I know that now.
He's going to throw so much at me next game, isn't he?
And then the ultimate, the frog gets downed by this tiny little spider robot.
whose attack is basically a dagger
Yeah.
of force.
You rolled 7 points of damage, was it?
I think so, something like that.
He had 5 hit points.
Nice.
I think I'm definitely going to be visiting the Myth Ath Losi blacksmith if I can, to see if I can get my daggers upgraded. Can I do that?
You don't know. You haven't been in the back. You haven't been in
You
the
can get them
blacksmiths yet.
silvered or enchanted.
Yeah, that's actually something I could do with some of the money I've earned this game. Get my sword silvered.
How can I do that now? Is that something I can do on the? Do I just select them and then do something?
You gotta find someone to do it first.
Oh right, okay. I'll wait for the next time.
Well, if you want a next time, there will
I
be
do
a
want it
next time.
I definitely want a next time. I want to punch more stuff.
I want to punch
Yeah.
more stuff.
Next time.
Next time.
Pleasure playing with yours was actually my first ever 5e game, so thank you very much.
You are more than welcome, sir.
If you played 3.5, this is much easier
Right.
because you don't need to have tables and tables of modifiers in front of you
Oh,
to be able to work it.
The game we were playing, we sadly had to stop because of COVID, but the game we were playing, it was playing on a system called Gestalt, where your character gets 2 classes every time they level up.
Oh, right.
And my DM ran me through a wizard character, and I ended up with he's a wizard artificer with levels in something called Mage Right and levels in Swashbuckler. And it reached a stage where we just gave up and just started calling him 5 levels in Hearken. There is Hearken, the crazy person.
Mhm.
Mad.
Tank wizard. But yeah,
Right.
I'm glad you all enjoyed yourselves.
We did.
Yeah, thanks for organising it, Talbs.
Yeah, thank
My
you.
Thank you.
absolute pleasure.
We look forward to our return to Somber,
Hmm.
which I have spelt wrong in all of my notes.
That's all right. That's all right. Right, it's
Bye-bye,
12:30.
stream.
So, stream, thank you very much for sitting with us and listening to my tall tales. My wife's tired.
Be sleepy time.
Sleepy
Oh,
times. Have lovely sleeps.
Right. Thank you
Who's
very
next
much,
to me?
guys,
Dan,
for...
high five.
High five. Hang on.
No, other way. Other way.
Other way. Other way.
Okay.
Ah, Voodoo ruined it. Right, thank you very much, guys. Peace.